And
I know you like that prediction of the Swamp Palace small key being on the pedestal.
well, we've seen it happen before, and I think if it happens again, they're gonna burn me in effigy. But I mean, I can be all right with that. I'm gonna go ahead and call it Swamp Palace small key will be on pedestal. Now, you might be asking, why is that important? The Swamp Palace small key, there's only one of those in existence, and it bottlenecks the entire Swamp Palace dungeon. There is literally one chest you can check if you do not have that small key. So if Swamp Palace ends up being a crystal, you have to find that one first.
Okay, I believe we are off, and that is crazy. I saw that we got a glove in Link's house, and I did not catch what we got in, okay, just a compass to Skull Woods over there in the Sanctuary. So yeah, that's wild. So already a glove, so that's something else. That's gonna allow a lot of access to places. They're gonna be able to get to the back of Sanctuary in particular. That's a really good place to be able to get to.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, finding that lift upgrade right away, that's great because that allows you, that's part of your Dark World kit. You need to have at least one lift upgrade and then either the hammer or the second lift upgrade and the Moon Pearl. That's what you need to get in. So we'll see if we can put together the rest of that kit here before much longer.
Oh, 20 rupees off of the bush crab. That's fantastic.
Definitely want to have some spending cash.
Yeah, and AChirality and Taiju are both going for that Houlihan glitch. That's an amazing thing to do because that's a lot of rupees, like 300 and something or 225 rupees actually. Now that I look at their screens, so that's amazing to have right there. So right now, not much other than a glove upgrade found. So we're gonna see what else we've got. I didn't catch that race game. A key to Ganon's Tower.
Ganon's Tower small keys, not quite so important. You do need a couple of them, but you don't need a whole lot. It's not nearly as important as, say, your Palace of Darkness keys or, like, say, your Ganon's Tower big key.
Yeah, undoubtedly. I mean, there are a few keys that are on the lowest of the low when it comes to importance. Skullwood's big key, the big key to I am drawing a blank. Skullwood's the big one because there's only one chest that goes to. Swamp Palace big key, that's also one. But like we said, the Swamp Palace small key is more important than the big key because you're getting total access. So Ganon's Tower small key is not important because you can actually steal the front one and get enough keys to go up the gauntlet without any problems. What was that on the library? I missed that.
I totally missed it too. We'll see it here in just a little bit though.
That's a map. Not entirely important, but Pod small key over there where Uncle's at, and he gave them the cane of Brian. So that's a good find.
Oh yes. Something we haven't really had a chance to talk about yet. Palace of Darkness small keys will be pivotal in this match. Now, depending on what movement tech you know, you can fully complete the Palace of Darkness with as few as 4 small keys. Now, you need to be very careful with your key routing. Also, you need to know the hammer yump in order to be able to do it with only 4 keys. So that's going to be a very big point to focus on here in this match. If you know how to do hammer yump, that gives you a very big advantage because, again, that's one less small key you have to worry about finding.
Yes, absolutely. And I also want to point something else out real quick, not really about the I guess it is about the race, but they are all running the same seed. So they are going to be on the same seed. You're going to see the same pickups and everything like that. But the top is facing the top. The bottom is facing the bottom. I just want to make sure everybody realizes that. So that way, if DevioXS finishes before Venoxis, he hasn't beaten Venoxis. He's beaten Taiju. So that's the case there. So far, Kakekryo's dead. So far, Kakekryo hasn't gotten anything. I've only seen a map to Ganon's Tower, and that's not much.
Yeah, not seeing a whole lot of value here, but that just means that we'll find a lot more stuff later on, hopefully. And we still have a lot more Sphere Zero locations that we can check. Eastern Palace is always a good opening play. We still have yet to see South Shore. So still a lot of real estate left to cover, although I'm a bit surprised we haven't found at least something valuable in the village.
They found powder, and you know, powder is good, but I really wish I had hammer. Because you can check that powder location, check the magic bat at the same time that you get powder.
Absolutely. It's one of those that, you know, of course, you always want to be able to check as many locations as you can just for more concise and efficient routing. But, you know, it's something that if say they haven't found a bottle yet, maybe they can route it later in with, say, a sick kid check or something like that once they find a bottle. But the general idea is you just try to limit the number of dips and passes you have in a location. And that's how you get the really good times.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay.
So far, I don't think we've seen a map check out of any of our runners yet. They're kind of tracing over each other's steps, checking the same stuff.
The bottle vendor had the big key to Eastern Palace.
Now, that's big. That's a very good early find because that increases the number of opening chests that you can check. Also, if our runners just so happen to get lucky and find the bow, if you know how to do the dark room, suddenly Eastern Palace is totally clearable right off the bat.
And I know all these runners know how to do that. Though that is in all honesty, probably the easiest dark room to do.
Yep, it's definitely, if you're going to learn dark rooms, that's one of the first ones you're going to learn.
Yeah, in particular that front dark room to get to the vanilla big key chest. It's literally just like down to the right, hit the button, go up, go right. It's simple. You can do it without a map just by feeling around, even without a sword. And I think that was a big key to the Tower of Hera. No, small key to Tower of Hera, which that leads to the basement. So that'll be interesting to see. And
Yep.
I think we only have one pod key so far, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to keep up with these since we are using a different tracker than typically is used.
You're right, but look at that. How about a sword at the bottom of the dam? I'm telling you what, that's a really good find to have. A lot of people tend to overlook that, but your first sword is huge because suddenly you don't have to improvise weaponry anymore. Also, Mini Moldorm Cave coming up, going to be a lot less hectic because you don't have to worry about limited ammunition with bombs.
Yep, because you can actually go down that bottom side. There's a little small ledge that you can actually crawl along and get onto the other side to kill these guys. Which I'm wondering if Devious is just taking the easy way out because he bought some bombs. So that's not too bad. But getting trolled, and he does know it. Okay, it's pretty common knowledge that you can actually sneak by that.
Yep.
We got a back of escape check over on Venoxis' edge. Ooh, oh!
Look at that. We've got the golden gloves and we got a mitt down in Mini Moldorm Cave. We got some good stuff to start out with. But that lift upgrade is huge.
And a small key to Castle Tower. I don't know if we got a check on the Lumberjack Cave. If anybody in chat knows that, or if you know that, Jaxus, please say it, because I am curious. I want to know what was there.
I want to say it was bombs, but I honestly cannot remember. So yes, chat, if you know, please help a couple of old farts out.
Because I want to know if it's required. Because something inside of me just loves it whenever we get a required AGA seed in Keysanity.
Well, let's face it, it's you don't, as long as you're not running it, you love seeing these guys have to go through hell and high water just to be able to complete this. So it's very entertaining, to say the least.
All right, so we've got a little bit of sync. We got the Ice Rod Cave being checked, just some arrows there, nothing too crazy. So waiting to see what we've got going on and where everybody's going. Looks like Devio is going to be heading down. I don't think he got Mini Moldorm Cave quite yet. So no, he's going to be fake flippering. That's where he's going. Probably going to check Hobo, and he has enough money, close to enough money for Zora. So that's not a bad check at all. Venoxis is getting the mini Maldorm cave, and Taiju is getting his uncle check.
Yep, the Fake Flipper, it's a very interesting sequence break. You have to remember that the logic doesn't account for you being here yet, but if you find something like the hammer or something like maybe a second sword upgrade, or you can find something that's a good quality of life item, and you definitely, it can pay off in those situations. Looks like Hobo today has a map, which will tell us what Swamp Palace is, which is good information to have.
Yeah, that's definitely good information to have with Swamp Palace, because that's going to give us a hint about that small palace key. Because if it is a pendant dungeon, it will not be on the pedestal. So we are going to have the ped dream of Swamp Palace key for the umpteenth millionth time of Jaxus being on commentary.
Shh, they might hear you.
I'm sorry. And we have a front of escape check. 50 rupees to start.
A little bit of cash never hurt anybody. Gonna find out there was just a quiver in Ice Rod Cave, so not terribly important today.
Yeah, I'm interested to know what's going to be coming up through Escape. Escape is one of those areas that you tend to see 4-round matches and 4 people on a screen, and 1 person goes there, or 3 people go there and 1 person doesn't. You get like that kind of dichotomy there, and I love seeing it because it's either going to troll 1 person or troll 3 people. In this case, it's looking like it might be 3.
Hey, more trolls is better, right?
Actually, it looks like Devio's going that way. So maybe it's going to be a 3-to-1 thing. But at this point, you've got the sword. Why not go down there? If you're checking Uncle at this point in time and you found that sword, that's a good move.
Well, and like for Devio's case, he's got the lamp, so he can check all of it.
Yeah.
If he's so inclined.
And I do want to point out, Taiju actually doesn't have a sword. He hasn't gone and checked South Shore yet.
Ooh. Oof.
So he's going to be missing a few of those important items, i.e. lamp and sword. But making great use of that cane of Brian. I love it.
Hey, it's a very handy little weapon.
Yeah, that's clever. That's a good way to save your bombs, and even if you just have a little bit of magic, you can get a quick magic pickup possibly somewhere through here. That would be really good to have pop up there.
Did you happen to catch what was in Zelda's chest?
Did I miss it? I didn't even see anybody get there yet.
I know I missed it. Hashtag what's in Zelda's chest? I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, Taiju's right there right now, so we're going to be seeing that here shortly. Couple quick pot throws over to the swinging ball and chain guy. Come on, what's in your secret chest?
The stop heart container.
Getting some love from the chest. Oh, okay, Venox is doing a death warp. That's not a big deal. He's just running face first into the rats.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the quickest way out of here. And I mean, only found a big 20 in the dark room, so not terribly helpful. I mean, a little bit of cash is good, but at this point in the game, you're not terribly excited to see those anymore.
Yeah, the back of Escape was the big payoff for Escape this time, with the second glove upgrade and the what else was back there, actually? I don't remember what the other thing was. I think it was the Eastern Palace big key, actually. No, that was the bottom vendor. Oh, no, yeah, the Castle Tower key. That's what it was. So, yeah, and honestly, if having the lamp early, I'd be heading towards those chests early. I'm already over here.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got the lamp early. It puts all of those back in logic. So, I mean, you definitely want to, check your dark rooms. Check anything that's locked by a dark room.
They're going to need a second sword upgrade. They're going to need the cape or the second sword upgrade. So they're going to need one more thing to be able to get back there. But after all, I mean, as soon as I get it, I'd want to check it, because that area is so trolly, and people forget it because Keysanity, again, that area usually is not a place you go to check items. So
Yeah, only comes into play because everything is now randomized. I mean, you've got those 2 chest locations that can contain just about anything.
Yeah, we're pretty much getting the same checks that we've had so far. We've got Taiju going into the mini Maldorm cave, and then we've got the back of escape over on Devio's side, and venoxis is getting Zelda's chest. So really, just kind of a overview of what we've got here. We've got the Tower of Hera small key, which is to the basement, which people hate going into because it's coffee break. Takes time. We've got maybe 2 pod small keys. I know of one for sure. We have the big key to Eastern. We do not have the bow, so we can't full clear it yet. But we do have the big key to Eastern, which is very good. That's a lot of chests, including Sahara Hashala, which both Devios and Venoxis are going towards right now. And then we have a Castle Tower small key, which we can't quite use because we don't have access to it. We don't have access past that little fire bet that stands in front. So I think Eastern Palace is going to be the payoff.
It looks like pod is a pendant, but it is the green pendant.
And I love it whenever people do this because it shows a lot of knowledge. Sasha is what I like to call him. Will give you an idea of where the green pendant is, and also the bomb vendor in Dark World will tell you where the 5 and 6 crystals are, so you can get that knowledge without maps.
Sometimes it helps just being able to do that process of elimination.
It helps a lot because there's only 3 pendants. Once you find out the 3 pendants, you got to get every crystal. So
absolutely. Now, we are still lacking a moon pearl for our Dark World access. Do you think we're going to find it here in Eastern Palace? We got 5 chests, 5 possibilities.
You know, math states that it's probably going to be here, but I feel like it's a very big possibility that it could be in somewhere like Zora. We may get flippers here and lead to Zora to go get it off the Zora ledge, something like that. Or there's a big possibility that they could find a sword upgrade, find a master sword or the cape, and get a second castle tower key and have to do Aga. And that moon pearl is on pyramid.
Ooh, God, that'd be trolly. Looks like Venox is showing us their red mail is in that first chest. So have another armor upgrade. That's going to be handy. Especially given how small the health pool is right now, you definitely love seeing those survivability upgrades.
Yeah, any kind of survivability is always good, especially early when you might have to take a dive into Dark World once you find all the items with no defense and no health. That's asking for death. It gets kind of scary. But I do want to also point out, keep in mind, we have not seen Zora, we have not seen Zora Ledge, we have not seen the Waterfall of Wishing Fairy yet, but those are sequence. Well, except for Zora, those are sequence breaks. So the Waterfall of Wishing Fairy and the Ledge are sequence breaks right now. Okay, so we're about to get a check on this third chest over here in Eastern Palace. Devio and Venoxis are pretty much in sync.
Looks like just $20, unfortunately.
Well, they can go right into the big chest, though. They don't have to come back after going to the vanilla big key chest. And Devios remembers he has that key. So does Venoxis. Map of Dark Palace. That is absolutely worthless.
Yeah, Saha already told us it's a green pendant. You don't need this piece of paper to tell you.
So this is the last chance for something to be in Eastern Palace. Eastern Palace has been a dud. What if Zora has, well, even then.
Well, now, logically speaking, inside of Spectacle Rock is in logic. Old Men is in logic.
Yes, they need to go up to, and here's something that's very interesting. I like the play of taking a moment and going up there and getting that save and quit spot, because if you get that quick, you can just go right back there quick again once you get the mirror. They're going to have to do that anyway. So Eastern Palace, that's a big D-U-D. Dud.
That is so unfortunate, because it's usually such a wonderful early play. But that's rando, folks.
That is definitely rando for you. But Eastern Palace is 2 items. Or not Eastern Palace. We just finished Eastern Palace. Death Mountain has 2 items. So what if it's that care package to Dark World that we want in the fashion of Aga? What if? Because Aga Front could have a play if they get a Master Sword. So there's things they can still get on the way to Aga to stop them from having to go all the way to Aga.
Well, and don't forget, you've also got the possibility of Hammer, Hookshot, Mirror. I mean, you have more at play than just Moon Pearl at this point. I mean, you still got things that'll let you access the entire right side of Death Mountain.
That is very true. That is very true. But they have to get a mirror in order to access the right side of Death Mountain, or a Hookshot. They've got to get Hookshot. They've got to get a mirror. Mirror is really the only option right now to get to Hera. So otherwise, whatever this is, this has got to be a progression item, or it's on Zora. So here or Zora are the places for progression.
We'll just have to wait and see what comes up. Whatever it's going to be inside Spectacle Rock, if it's here at all. Or like you said, the only other spot, Zora.
Bombos on top of Spectacle Rock. It's a map. Zora has progression.
Yep, let's go see the Kingfish.
And they can't do the Wishing Fairy. They can't do the Wishing Fairy. They don't have Moon Pearl. They have to have Moon Pearl to do it. So where's it? What if it's vanilla flippers to get something on the ledge? I'm just thinking. Sorry.
It could be. I mean, there's just so many deliciously trolly opportunities here.
Oh, wait. ALTTP. ALTTP comes back and shows us the error of our ways. All right. Come on, Agina. Do it right. Show us the goods. Show us the Moon Pearl. Bomb upgrade.
It kind of looks like a Moon Pearl if you squint really hard.
If you have bad vision, I guess. And I mean, we've stalled on keys too.
We have stalled out on keys.
Nobody wants to go to Zora.
I mean, come on. How many times have you gone to the Kingfish and it's been like 10 arrows? Or a bomb bag? Or a postcard?
Yeah, very true. Now, I gotta give Taiju some shout outs here. He's used that Cane of Brian so effectively. He just used it instead of doing the typical 1.5 heart trick where you take the damage and iframe and pick up the pot and hit the switch. He just said, I'm gonna use Brian. Never thought of that. But that is okay. But Devio is heading that way now. We're going to get our Kingfish check.
AChirality opting to fake flipper here. That's very interesting. Because remember, now, if you fake flipper, as soon as you get hit by something, if you're in a fake flipper state, you're dead. No negotiations.
Yep, as soon as you get hit in fake flipper, you are done, and that's an unfortunate thing. But usually it's not too hard to dodge. And in the instance of fake flippering here, there's really no reason to do it, because going up to Zora fake flippering is putting yourself in danger for no reason, because you can't go into that waterfall. You might as well just head straight up. All right, what's on the ledge?
Well,
the validation arrow. Okay.
Zora's gonna sell next seed. Zora's like, okay, putting this coming soon merchandise.
And of course, every time I say this is the last place, another place shows up, like Agina did. But I can't remember any other places right now.
I don't think there is.
There is a total lack of options of where it's at. And AChirality is getting that right now. What does you got? The mirror! Now you have to go back to Death Mountain to go to Tower of Hera. That is the location you have to go. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. This seed, folks, my troll senses are tingling.
You know, the good news is they'll get Bombos while they're up there. So that could, remember, we need that to either get into Turtle Rock or Misery Mire.
That gives them Ice Palace access.
Ooh, yes, it does.
So, well, once they have flippers. But they can sequence break it, which is a possibility. But, of course, albeit they don't have the Moon Pearl. But just thinking along those lines. So
let's see. We have a small key for Tower of Hera, right?
Yes, we do. They will need to check that basement.
So there are 3 spots in Tower of Hera that they can check right now.
Yes.
We're going to have to find progression of some sorts. We need a hammer, or a hook shot, or Moon Pearl. That's what we're looking for.
The Maiden Sprite's bunny beam sprite is a smaller version of actual blind.
That's I love that.
Yeah, AChirality choosing to get that heart, I cannot blame him. Getting a little bit of safety life is not a bad idea.
There's
The Moon Pearl. The Moon Pearl, right there. Dang near vanilla. I like it.
Now,
all right.
While you're here, might as well go to the basement. Might as well see what's down here. Might as well get you a small coffee break in.
Yeah, it's... The seed gave it to you early. Do it. Do it. You got to. So, in this instance, we're going to have Devios do the classic I'm going to run around. I thought AChirality was going to do it, but apparently he's like, you know what, I'm going to set something up here. I bet you he takes a few hits probably here in a second to do a death warp, or he might just continue knocking them out. Usually setting up a death warp here is the best idea so you can go right back up to the top. But depending on what they get here, they could very well go right back up top. It could be the big key to Hera to finish Hera. It could be a hammer.
Imagine vanilla big key here. Wow, that would be entertaining to say the least.
It's a map to Mire. So
know where Mire is, I guess.
That's going to help. I like seeing maps to Dark World places because that's going to without a doubt tell me where I need to go in the Dark World. Give me a better idea of if I need to just hit up Thieves Town early, things like that. So here's to hoping that I know we have a few good maps from the Dark World right now. So Venoxis is heading back up. He's going to be going into Tower of Hera. AChirality is going straight over to the Kakekrio area in order to be able to go into the Village of Outcasts. A lot of item locations there. Very dense area.
Absolutely. You've got the 3 up top. You've got Thieves Town, which is clearable with the exception of the big chest right now. Although, no, wait. They... No, it's not clearable. They don't have the big key yet. They can get the first 4 chests in Thieves Town. I'm still in open mode.
Yeah. So the first 4 chests are accessible. Back is not. Now, I like this play from AChirality, going straight into Skull Woods. Skull Woods is one of those places that has a lot of chests available to you with no hindrances. You don't have to worry about having anything going into Skull Woods. There you go. Swamp Palace is a pendant. Your pet dream is dead, sir.
Oh, well. I was kind of hoping I was wrong anyway.
Can't have them every time, right?
Oh, yeah. I definitely would be burned at the stake. Looks like we got the big key to Misery Mire and a small key to... What was that?
That was a small key to Turtle Rock.
Well, those are kind of handy.
Very handy. I know there is a particular logic you can do. I think it's what, you get 3 and you can steal the Poke Key and get through in full clear?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's that's one of the ones that I always forget the number on because I remember I keep getting it confused with the pod keys. But the big key to Misery Mire is nice because we have a map for that. We know it's a crystal, so we can clear that dungeon once we get the Cane of Samaria.
Now, interesting to note, AChirality already got that chest, and Devio is coming up to it. This chest right here always has a Skullwood small key in it. It cannot have anything else in it because logic requires it to be there. Otherwise, you could be locked into this little series of 3 rooms.
Yes, and that is in any version, any open mode, any open standard Keysanity, any of the versions, it's going to definitely be there. So you have nothing to worry about on that end. Something I do want to mention that we didn't really cover. None of the dungeons have item counts like they do in open mode because, again, the map and the compass are spread out over Hyrule. So
look at that hammer. Not to cut you off, but look at that hammer.
That's great. A hammer right now is great because guess what they can go check in their routing now whenever they go into Village of Outcasts? Peg Cave.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to help a lot. On top of the fact they can also get their magic bat. This is turning into a linear seed. This is not as trolly as we may have thought.
Oh, there's plenty of time left. Don't you worry.
And we have not seen a Swamp Small Key yet, Dark Shadows. We have, that is still eluding us, but Swamp is a pendant. So we do not need to worry as much about that right now unless it's got something. It could still be a trolly thing because even in this newer version, it does tend to troll these pendant dungeons. So we still don't know the PED index, so to speak. There could be things that we need on it. As of right now, it can't be bow. It can't be flippers. It can't be hookshot. It can be ice rod, fire rod. Those 2 can be it because we know 2 pendant dungeons. If we find out 1 more, we know where all the crystals are at. And really, it could be Cane. It could be Cane as well. That's another thing that it could be. It could also be Flute. There's a lot of things it could still be.
Oh, yes. And hey, found our Ganon's Tower big key. Guess who had it? The thieves.
Those trolling thieves. That's okay, though. So we are still kind of keeping an eye out for what's on PED, but that Ganon's Tower big key, we found it. So if you guessed chest number...
I don't even know.
Just kidding. Yeah, we don't play that game on Keysanity. But what was that in Sea House? I missed it. It is a small key to Mire. Not important at all. Small keys, actually, Mire is full clearable with literally just the big key.
Now, as far as if we were going to assign advantages to anyone in the matchups right now with ALTTTP versus venoxis, I have to give the edge to ALTTTP because he does have his hammer. He has been to Skull Woods. On the bottom, I would have to give an advantage to Devio at this point. Just, again, because he's got the hammer. He's been in the Dark World a little bit longer, so he's got a bit of an edge going in. Taiju, I don't believe, has made it to the Dark World yet. And
keep in mind, this is advantage. This is not ahead. There are differences when you talk about advantages and being ahead. This early, I mean, we're talking just after 30 minutes. You can't say somebody is going to be ahead. There is no way to put that. But advantages happen because quick checks of the areas that the other racer has gone to are going to be easy to do. They're going to be easy to do, and they just might be routing them in slightly different. It's hard to predict.
I'll be interested to see what the digging game has tonight. Let's see. I want to guess 4 digs because I just saw 4 digs.
Yeah, 4 digs and a bacon medallion. That nice little wavy line there. That's good. That's actually very good because we don't know what the Mire medallion is yet, and that literally gives you a 2 out of 3 chance to already have it. So that's a very good thing to find there. And we're about to get the world. Well, no, not a world tour. We're gonna get the quick walk down the block with old Jeremiah here.
It's more like an escort quest.
Yeah. Well, I hate referring to escort quests. We don't like escort quests. Trying to make his decision which one he wants to do first. I don't blame him. Sometimes you're like, okay, do I want to do bat first? Do I want to do this? But the thing is, he doesn't have his hammer, so that's why he was trying to figure out how he wanted to do it. In this instance, he's going to be sacrificing his portal back, but not a big deal at all. What you got? Some love
Some
from
bad
the
love.
bat. Okay, and Sick Kid didn't have all that much. I think it was just some yeah, it was the red meringue. So
Thought it was a
woohoo.
good meringue.
You know, I know it causes some lag and it causes some trouble because of the glowing problems that it has, but I like it. I don't mind it because it's got the longer reach, and if you use it correctly, even though it stops at the edge of the screen, you can actually get pretty far. So
Well, let's see here. So, okay, given the current spread, where do you think our next bit of progression is going to come in?
right now, considering what we've seen so far, we are probably going to be getting a ped check from Devio. I really, not ped, excuse me, I keep saying the wrong words because words are hard, but we're going to get a peg check. It very well could be in there. We've got too many areas because they can check K45, which is south of Grove. They got Grove. They've got the they've got just the whole really like shebang. The lunchbox right now they're going to check. They've got really the dungeons are almost off limits right now. The main ones to check are the ones they've already done, Thieves Town and Skullwoods. So now I am concerned that Taiju's not getting his Skullwoods check. I am concerned about that because he's missing Hammer. That is a huge miss. You gotta. Oh no.
Oh, no. Yeah, I wonder if he forgets you have to tell the chest to wait outside for just a minute.
Yeah, I wonder if he might not realize how to leave the chest behind and be concerned he might lose it. Because in the vanilla game, it's not as nice to you.
Oh, no.
Because you usually don't even. Yeah, you usually don't even route that kind of thing in the vanilla game. And a lot of these people are playing this from vanilla game knowledge. All right, so good old Stumpy, not so good today. Just giving you some skewers, giving you some bones out of his body, I guess, if he's Woodman. All right,
Leftover
so
pork roasting sticks.
that too. Come on, Peg Cave. That's a lot of money. That is definitely not that good at all at this point. Really, we've already gotten a Zora check. They've got enough money. They've got Dig Game taken care of. The last thing we have to worry about as far as money goes is good old Extortionist. So
I am surprised nobody's gone to Hype Cave yet. That has got to be coming up in the rotation. I mean, that's 5 chests. It's within fairly easy reach. I hope somebody goes there soon because that could be really nice.
we're gonna see it from Taiju right here, no doubt, because that's the next place once you drop off that chest. And we are gonna see what's in K45 right now from Devio. Oh, actually, we got it up there. It's a Castle Tower key. But we know Aga is dead. We unless there was something in that cave, the Lumberjack's cave, which don't know yet. Still not aware. Not a big deal.
Well, there still could be something in one of those 2 chests, but I mean those are, Irish sweepstakes odds. Those are very long odds about something being in one of those 2 places.
I've seen it happen. And Hype Cave has
The
the bow!
The bow!
That is oh man, that's about a 6 out of 10 on the hype scale right there because the bow is so important. That gives them so much access with pod, even with a few keys. Just having like 2 keys, you can do certain routing and get things done a lot easier by having that bow.
Looks like Tower of Hera and Ice Palace are both going to be 5/6 crystals. And only 6 out of 10? It seems kind of not generous.
Everything else was trash. There was nothing else there, not even a key.
But it's the bow.
It is the bow, but the bow only lets you clear 2 places. I'm just
partial.
I'm mean. You I mean, okay, it gave you a compass, all right? Like, literally, it gave you money, a compass, and then the bow. It made you wait for it, so yeah, like, the excitement factor's there, but, I mean, I don't know, like, what would you consider, like, the bow is what, 7, 8 out of 10?
7 out of 10.
So what, if it gave the cape, it would be 8 out of 10? Does the cape have
Maybe.
a
7 out of
1?
10.
I was nice giving it above 5. We are getting a pyramid check. Bombs.
Just
So much for
blueberries,
that.
bombs.
So much for that. So right now, the elusive thing is knowing the last pendant. So if we get the last pendant, which could very well be Desert Palace or Ice Palace, we haven't seen the maps for those yet. But as soon as we know that last pendant dungeon, we have, and honestly, I think every racer has full knowledge of where the crystals are at. No idea what's on PED right now. Keep in mind, keys can be on PED. So we could have the Tower of Hera big key on pedestal. We could have a important Thieves Town key on pedestal if it's a crystal. Something like that. So that could also keep the PED dream alive. Which, that's another reason why I like Keysanity for this.
I am curious of Chirality breaking the cardinal rule of never check catfish. I'm curious what's going to be on catfish. Yeah. See? That's why you don't ever check catfish.
Yeah, it's never catfish until it's catfish. So, Venoxis is going up to get his hammer right now. Chirality is going back to Death Mountain. Good play. I like it. Going over to that right-hand side, checking all those good areas, a lot of chests. The thing about Keysanity is to keep in mind heavy item density. Heavy density. The more items you get, the better it is to go there. That's why places like Catfish don't pay off very much.
Until they do.
Until they do. Now, interesting enough, Chirality could do Spike Cave right now, but he's skipping that. I don't blame him.
Actually, yes, he could, and this is very interesting. But maybe he'll check it on the way back.
He could be hoping to get something pretty quick. I do know there's a higher chance of a fairy or some hearts dropping off the cardinal direction bushes, so you can get your health refill there pretty easily. But that's always a good thing to look into.
Let's see here. Chirality's going to opt to do Spiral Cave first, and this way he can go ahead, head down to the bottom. He has no boots, so it's going to be a fairly slow trek, what they call the Walk of Shame. But it'll get down there, and then he can climb his way back up to the top, check the 7 chests in Paradox Cave, and then he still has the option to check Super Bunny Cave at this point.
Yes. So that, again, he's doing some good routing, checking this out by going down Spiral Cave first. And for all we know, he could actually go back through, check his, because he could check the medallion for Turtle Rock, open up Turtle Rock if he has it, and kind of route that through and see everything over there. Did he check and see what was on the floating island, or did he just jump right down?
I don't think he checked it. I'm not 100% sure.
He could just check it on the way back up, because you do come out on the right-hand side and come right back around over to Turtle Rock and get that handled. And then he could come back around over to Spike Cave, which we were mentioning. So, and out of the runners right now, Taiju has still not gone up to Skull Woods, but I'm sure he'll be riding that in sooner or later. He probably is trying to bank on getting Fire Rod, just to be able, for the sake of clearing, to full clear. A lot of people like to do that. Desert Palace is a crystal. So I just saw that quick map check from Taiju. We do not know Hera or Eastern Palace yet. So
I am sure we will be finding out momentarily. Devio making his climb up through Paradox Cave.
All right. Good check, venoxis. I like this. Because venoxis is going to make sure that... The book!
Book. How about that?
In the back of... man.
Look at the 5 chests in the Paradox Cave. 2 big keys. Thieves Town and... What was the
Desert
other?
Palace.
Desert Palace. That's 2 in
Wow.
Paradox Cave.
That's huge. And now we've got a little bit of knowledge here that our runners don't. Venoxis has the book, but Devios and AChirality have the big key to Eastern Palace. So right now we have Desert Palace access and also the key to finish it. So that's kind of funny.
That's extremely funny.
Yeah, and Taiju's going to be making that Eastern Palace play, going to see what's on the Armos, and I can't blame him. That's not a bad play. Go ahead and clear it out. If it's a pendant, then we know that we still have a pedestal kind of hype possibility. But if it's a crystal, you're already getting 1 down. And really, at 45 minutes, we still don't have a dungeon clear. This seed's trying to make you go through overworld locations, without a doubt.
Oh yes, definitely. Overworld locations are a premium in this seed.
So let's see what's in this Super Bunny cave from the Super Bunny DVO. The Shovel Fetch Quest.
Well, JTN, there's your shovel.
Yeah, I missed it whenever AChirality got that there, but not a big deal. So right now, kind of the idea of advantages here. Really, I'm almost thinking even up on the top. That book is kind of big right now, knowing that Desert Palace is a crystal. That's until we find the flute that makes the book really useful. Including checking certain locations. Now we need the Master Sword for that. You cannot check the well, you can check it, but you can't get it without actually having a Master Sword. The tablets.
Well, and if Meyer ends up being our 3rd pendant, then yeah. Wait, no, Meyer can't be a 3rd pendant, can it? Meyer has to be a crystal, right?
Meyer is a crystal, yes. Meyer, without a doubt, is a crystal.
Then actually we still need the flute. We have to find the flute at some point. It is required.
It is 100% required, but as far as Desert Palace access goes, the book can get in there, because the flute could be in Desert Palace.
That is very good. That's a very good point you make.
So, I mean, it could be one of the first things to access on there. It could very well be boots locked, which the boots could be somewhere trolly as well. So...
all sorts of evil possibilities in this seed.
Very, very true. So, matter of fact, the boots could even be on... What if it made you do this? So, hold on. Follow this logic here. Venoxis found the book and the Graveyard Ledge. What if that book led you into Desert Palace, gave you the Master Sword, showed you the flute on the torch, and you had to go back all the way around, go back to Dark World, come back into Bombo's tablet to get your second, to get your boots to go get the flute.
Oof, that's a little bit rough.
Eastern Palace is a crystal. I missed what the actual drop was, but
That
Eastern
would be
Palace
a sword upgrade.
was it a sword upgrade?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have a pod dip with 1 key. So, interesting play. There's a few items they can certainly get that helps. I like that the sword upgrade was on Eastern Palace. That's kind of interesting. That really helps them that they came back over here. Very clean kill from AChirality and Taiju, as a matter of fact.
Oh yes, especially with no silver arrows. That makes, I mean, it's doable, but it's just so many players I think are used to doing it with silvers. They get spoiled. And so having to do it that way, a very good clean fight out of both of those guys.
All right, so we've got a few different plays here. We've got Devio inside of Thieves Town, finishing it up after getting that. We've got Venoxis in Palace of Darkness, getting a swag net. Most important item in the game, without a doubt. Taiju's saying, I'm not letting that key go to waste. He's going straight in and going to check those 2 chests over by Aga.
ALTTP going to do the same thing, I believe.
It's a good logic follow. It's a very good logic follow.
Well, I mean, and now's as good a time as any to route it in because it's not like it's ever truly convenient to do.
It's true. It's very true. What's in that first chest? It's a piece of heart. Okay.
A little love.
All right, and Venoxis, I think he just found a map. It was a map to Hyrule Castle. Not much can be in Hyrule Castle when it comes to the map, but it looks like the pod play is not paying off very much, unfortunately. But he's going to be heading back, and I think he's going to try for Hammer Jump because he's using his only key. Yeah,
well, he's going to try this, and remember, he still has the ability to check the dark hallway.
Did you see what was in that second chest?
No, I missed it. What was it?
The big key to Tower of Hera.
Ooh, that's good. That's nice.
Yes, that is crazy. That is wild. And again, it's Tower Small Key on the left side of the dark room, and arrows on the right side of Pod Dark Room. So how did he get over here? Did he find a key and I miss it?
No, there's no key required to get into this part. The key is to get into Harmless Hellway.
Okay. I don't know why I thought there was a key requirement for the right, but I hope he knows the hammer up. I don't. He's gonna try it here. Okay. And we're gonna get a blind kill. Boom, and he gets it. Good job.
Got it. Very nice.
First try too, with very few buffering of the pausing and everything like that. He got it straight up. And Taiju is going to kill Aga.
Interesting.
Chat, do we know what's in the Thieves Town is the last pendant?
Oh, man.
We know where every pendant is. We know where every crystal is. We have no mode on everything. Devio knows all of the locations of crystals and pendants. That's crazy. So, Fire Rod can now be on the pedestal. Ice Rod can be on the pedestal. Boots can be on the pedestal. The only things that cannot be on the pedestal at this point, there's nothing. There's nothing. Everything that we do not know where it's at can be on pedestal right now. Other than keys for locations.
It looks like chat saying that silvers were in Lumberjack Cave, which that's very good knowledge to have. But remember, it's not just the Aga kill that's going to get you into Lumberjack Cave. You need the boots too.
So yeah, he's banking on wanting to find those boots. And honestly, I would do this play. I am definitely not a top tier runner. I would do this play because I don't. If I
know where the boots are. I know where the boots are. Do you?
I think we just saw them over there on Venoxis' screen. Are they on that tablet?
They are indeed on Ether tablet.
Ooh, buddy. We know where the boots are.
And I have a feeling Taiju's going to be heading up that way pretty soon.
And what if I was right? What if Flute is still in desert? Because that technically is what I said. I said Bombos. I said Bombos, but Ether is even better. And we're going to be getting a Hera kill. Boom. No problem on Maldorm there. AChirality doing some great hammer strats.
Looks like Venox is going to go check Super Bunny Cave. Still doesn't have a hookshot, though. So not going to be able to see what is in Hookshot Cave.
Not a big deal. There's they can't do Hookshot Cave, so they don't have Hookshot. They don't have boots to get the first chest, so there's going to be a little bit of a delay on that. But Taiju's getting a little bit of troll from Aga, getting a lot of blue balls over there, and that's unfortunate if you want silvers. So
that is very unfortunate. Also, don't forget, Taiju doesn't have the book yet. It's over on Graveyard Ledge, kind of like what we were talking about. He's going to have to make his way over there before he can get his boots. But if he can get the boots, if he can get the boots, that would definitely give him an advantage in this matchup.
It would. It would. That would definitely just be a huge oh man, that would be a lot. Now, Venoxis is going to be getting his 2 big keys right now. He's probably going to be happy to see them. Big key to Desert Palace, and of course the big key to Thieves Town. So, and Thieves Town really didn't pay off much other than the fact that we know it's pendant. That was a heart over there in Desert Palace. We haven't gotten a torch check.
We will shortly.
What's on the torch? Oh, I can't see it.
I can't see it.
I can't see it. Oh, the suspense is killing me.
That's awful.
Oh man, flippers in the big chest.
We have flippers though.
That's great. So there is access to Ice Palace now, 100% in logic. And on top of that, I do want to point something out. Has anybody gotten the Wishing Cave?
Nope.
Because they didn't have the Moon Pearl when they went over. They had to go back and go into Hera. Nobody's got the Waterfall Wishing Cave. And nobody thought about getting that on the Catfish check either. That's wild. Oh man, there might be something crazy in there. Okay.
Uh-huh. There absolutely could be. Looks like Devio is going to go give Landmolas the business. And looks like Quake is required to get into Turtle Rock.
Okay, so we have access, just can't do anything. Something tells me that Meyer might also be Quake. It seems like version 28 likes to do that, give you the same medallions on both of them.
Nox is going to be doing his walk of shame here. Devio inching closer to the Landmo fight.
Which is going to be nice. I really wish I knew what was on that torch. That would have been awesome, because if it was Flute, I could be burned at the stake. Or at the torch. Alright. Is he going to do a hammer strats on this?
Yeah, this is interesting. Granted, trying to land a bow shot with wooden arrows on these guys is not exactly fun. So, I mean, yeah. I can see this. You know, and remember, the hammer does tempered sword damage, so I like this.
Yeah, it's not bad. And honestly, we're healthy now. We got 14 hearts and red mail, so he can be sitting there next to him for hours and just swinging at him. They only do a half a heart of damage.
Oh, yes.
All right, so we're getting a hammer. Yeah, it's so small. Taiju's going to be going to old Kiki the Extortionist over here and getting into pod as well. I think he might only have the 1 key as well. If he does some good routing, he can find out that there ain't much over there either. So
I think the edge is going to go to anybody that minimizes their pod dips, kind of like what we were talking about pregame. We want to make sure that Flute.
At least I called where it was at.
Yeah, you got close.
Flute in behind Landmo. Oh man. So Desert Palace did give you Meyer access. There was no way around it. You had to go into Desert Palace to get to Meyer.
I'll get the kerosene.
Oh Lord. So he is going to be heading right over and activating that flute. We're going to be having our good old Swag Duck anthem here shortly.
Due to illness, I will not be singing.
Due to not liking to sing, I love to sing. I don't like singing over commentary. No, he has 1 key if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, okay. Taiju does have only the 1 key. So where is... No, venoxis just got his big key. Salute.
Looks like he's going to be paying his trip over to Blind and Company.
Psych, he's going to Peg Cave. Because remember, he took a while to go to Skull Woods. But I will go ahead and say this. Devio has a massive advantage right now.
He does have a very big advantage having that flute, having those flippers, a lot of mobility.
A lot of mobility, a lot of access. Just access. He's going to be heading probably to Ice Palace here shortly. He's going to be checking the dig spot, which we haven't seen yet, which is good. He's going to be moving right along. Ooh, big key.
Big key. What is it to? Dark
Pod.
Palette. Wow, that's a big find.
That's a big find if green pendant's needed. What if Sasha has something?
Oh man.
So we're short pod keys. There's a lot of pod keys we're missing right now. We're missing both rods, Ice Rod and Fire Rod for Trinex. Boots not required as of right now. So we're kind of limited on what we may need for boots. But I missed that check. What was it?
I did too. Unfortunately, I have to wait for restream.
Bombos.
Well, then in that case, we've got access to both.
We do. Turtle Rock small key. And just a bomb upgrade. So right now we're getting a lot of Turtle Rock keys, but we don't have the ability to go through there. We're missing major components. One, you gotta have the cane to even get through the first room, but two, you're gonna miss two pretty important chests on that right-hand side without having the Fire Rod. There's no way around it.
I'm calling Sahasrara has the Swamp Palace small key, and Ice Rod is in Swamp Palace.
That's a good find. Half magic right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Fire Rod is in Ice Palace, you're going to be using Bombos a lot. So half magic, that's a good find. And I think he's making that Ice Palace play right now. I don't blame him. Now, he is missing a sword upgrade. That's going to make it a little bit difficult. There's a lot of things in there that he's going to have to be using Bombos quite often. Or
he's going to go check Waterfall Cave.
It's a quick check. It's literally right there. Why not? You have the portal back. That's a great idea. Very good routing from Devio. Major credit to that. So, the Fire Rod! I know it's the Fire Rod. I saw red. That's the Fire Rod.
Well,
that's
now,
the Fire Rod.
Time to drag yourself back down to Ice Palace, because now you can do it.
What? Oh, he's going to go clear Skull Woods. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You do you, Devio. You do you.
Well, think about this, though. He can route in a pedestal check while he's over here. Sometimes that's knowledge worth having.
He can, and honestly, right now with the items he has, and the dungeons that we know are pendants, there's very little that's not. The only thing that I said everything, the only thing that cannot be on the pedestal right now is Hookshot, because Swamp Palace is a pendant. So that's the only thing that cannot be on that pedestal, or a fetch quest to get the Hookshot. So it could be Ice Rod, it could be the Cane of Samaria. Those are two very important items right now.
Could be the mushroom to get to either one of those.
Yeah,
or have we found mushroom?
We have not found mushroom yet. Mushroom is still missing, but ideally, I mean, that's very true, but that could just be a troll in itself. Because if you're looking to get mushroom, would you make that play? Would you bank on mushroom having something?
Probably not. It's such a statistical improbability. Devio going to go ahead and check that lower chest first. I don't blame him.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't blame him at all. And really, I mean, either way, with having the mirror, you're making the same amount of time waste. There's just one of those things. So, God, but doing Moth even with Fire Rod and only Fire Sword, that's such a rough fight. But he has half magic, so it's yeah, not too bad. I just prefer having Master Sword going into here, at least something to hit that flying pest. But that was a very, I was gonna say that's a very efficient torch room using very little time going through there and very little magic, so very helpful. Don't go! The hands.
Ouch.
The hands. Those things love to troll, and you, man, if you're so
2 years and going strong.
Chirality's doing his mire check, so he has the flute. Yeah, so Chirality's got the flute. It looks like he also has yeah, the Master Sword going on. He's got a small shield, red mail, and all that. Everything looks good on his trackers and all set up and good to grow there. And venoxis looks like he's going to be making his Desert Palace play now as well. The interesting thing right here is that we've got 2 people with a Master Sword who've cleared Eastern Palace, and 2 people with a Fighter Sword, who one of which knows where the boots are. Going for spin and for hammer strats.
If he stays in the upper left quadrant, it's actually pretty easy to land hammer hits from the upper left or upper right.
Chirality getting his Fire Rod. And the Ether Medallion. So medallions are covered, even though we already knew we had both to get into those locations. But very clean Moth fight. Very well done. Getting that crystal. So not much of a find, though. Honestly, Skullwoods was proving to be pretty dull. Other than having the hammer early, Skullwoods afterwards, not too much. But, ladies and gentlemen,
here comes the ped check, and it's just couch cash. No!
Unfortunately, folks, we will not have a ped today.
Call it time of death 106.54. The ped is officially dead.
Flatlined.
See the clerk for a refund.
Clerk is on vacation. Indefinitely.
Tough luck. Anyway, moving on.
Alright, so Taiju is going to be heading over to Desert Palace as well, and we have Devio going into the portal right here. I wonder where he's going. Here's an interesting thought for you. What if we never need the small palace small key? What if an important item is in that first chest? And that's it. Just requiring a little dip. That's it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's just truly enough to where it's like, I don't want to go there. There's no reason to. But yes, there is a reason.
Now, let's see. Remind me, what are crystals 5 and 6?
Crystals 5 and 6 are Tower of Hera and Ice Palace.
Okay, so we've already got one of those down. So, just trying to think forward. Could there be anything of value in Fat Fairy? What are we still looking for?
Ideally, Ice Rod could be in there. The Hook Shot could be in there. Hook Shot is required. Those, as a matter of fact, the Cane could also be in there. So, legitimately, all of our hopes for Ped just moved right over into the Fat Fairy.
The little pedestal.
Yes, the mini pedestal. Because, honestly, there is nothing... excuse me, I lied. The Hook Shot cannot be in Fat Fairy because Ice Palace requires the Hook Shot by logic. because the bomb jump avoids the hook shot. You have to have the hook shot for Ice Palace. So no, the hook shot is still MIA on that instance. Now, here is a thought for you.
Okay.
Hook shot could be in Ganon's Tower.
Oh my god, you are right. It could be.
Yes, it could. Hook shot is not needed for Swamp Palace right now. It could be in Ganon's Tower.
Wait a minute though, because if it's required logically for Ice Palace is required before getting to Ganon's Tower, right?
Ignore me.
I'm about to say, just a minute.
Yes. Thank you for proving me wrong. So no, the hook shot is definitely somewhere out there. Now, hook shot could be on the first chest in Hookshot Cave, that bottom left or that bottom right chest.
Yes,
because
it could be.
That is true, because boots are without a doubt on a location you can access, which, as a matter of fact, Taiju can get right now.
I wonder if he'll check over there. Hopefully he does. He'd be our first runner to get boots. I mean, you gotta think, it's just a little bit over there to the left. It's not but 10 seconds out of the way, if that.
Yeah, barely that. Maybe 10 seconds only because of the animation.
Wait a minute. Taiju doesn't have the hammer yet.
He hasn't gone to Swamp, or excuse me, Skull Woods.
Oh
He has avoided Skull
my.
Woods. Yeah, so not only is there a flute and flipper advantage, there is also a fire rod advantage and also a hammer advantage. I gotta say, at this point, Devio has blown this out of the water right now.
He has a major advantage at this point.
Yeah, this is a lead. This is a lead, hands down.
Still plenty of rando left to go, but yep, I have to agree with you. But Taiju's going to pick up his boots, and by God, that's worth something.
It is. It is. It'll help him get around and go pretty fast. And you know, I go pretty fast. That was completely a pun, but he is going to be heading into Tower of Hera because he has that, and Devio is going to be getting his Master Sword. So he is going to be able to go get his boots. I don't think he knows they're up there yet.
And you have to wonder if that's even entered his thinking yet. Now, he hasn't cleared Tower of Hera yet, though, so he's going to have to be in the neighborhood at some point.
Yes. So he'll have to head back up there. Now, he's got 3 of the 7, and Hera's a very quick, easy clear. That'll give him 4. He's going to be pretty close. He can actually go into Ice Palace like right now, do quite a bit. He's got a lot of access right now.
Mm-hmm. Venoxis is picking up his fire rod too, so I have to wonder if where Venoxis is going to be heading now.
Over to Meyer to do the Meyer check. And we still only have 1 pod key, so there's a lot of pod keys that are holding us up. But, you know, with that being said, pod may not be entirely necessary.
I mean, it is a pendant.
Yeah, it's green pendant, though. Green pendant always scares me. I cannot lie about that.
It's still possible that Sahasrahla may have that ice rod.
It is completely possible. Ice Rod is one of the trolliest items, because here's the thing, folks. The only 2 places that Ice Rod cannot be, and one of them is by association. Trinex can't be there because you need it to beat Trinex, but if also Turtle Rock is a pendant, you can't have it on the pedestal. So those are the only 2 locations that Ice Rod technically can't be. Well, I guess you can kind of throw in another one, Fat Fairy, if Turtle Rock is a 5/6 crystal, but like Ice Rod has very few locations that just it doesn't lock anything. There's nothing that is literally locked by that. Oh, Taiju getting troll dormed.
Well, at least it wasn't a slam dunk troll dorm. Only
Yeah,
1 floor penalty instead of 2.
Yeah, very true, very true. Always fortunate instead of getting thrown down. But I will say this, everybody who's dipped into pod has done amazing routing. They've done very well to not waste a key. I've got to give them a lot of credit on that.
All right, Venoxis is going to give us a peek inside Ice Palace. I'm interested to see what's in here.
Yeah, I like the play. Ice Palace is going to have something. Ice Palace or Fat Fairy, there's got to be something there. And I mean, I've seen Ice Rod Ice Palace so many times.
Well, it physically makes sense.
Yes, it does. And actually, to be completely honest with you, Hookshot could be in here, just not past a certain point logically.
Well, let's take a look in here. Venox is coming up to the first chest room. This is where the vanilla compass is. Gonna opt for the Bombo Strats. I like it. It's quick, it's easy, gives you a little bit of a breather time to think because you literally have to have no input for about 6 seconds or so.
And a little bit of what is that? Ganon's Tower. Not too useful. If it was a pod key, I would probably be a little more hype on that. Looks like we're going to get a King's Tomb check. And he'll be going to get his silver arrows here shortly, too. Taiju over here in the bottom left. Does he not know you can't mirror? Okay, I was wondering why he pulled the mirror out. Alright, so we're going to get a hammer yump as well, probably after checking the right side, checking those two. He's going to be happy to find where was that? There was a item over there that was nice. The Hera big key, was it? No. There was something over there.
I honestly cannot remember. But Taiju's going to go ahead and check these bonk rocks too. Here's something that is worth mentioning. With Taiju going, it's a sword. Look at there. That's your 3rd sword upgrade.
That's good.
This brings up an interesting dynamic. Taiju's going to have silver arrows, and he's going to have a level 3 sword. Because boots are not strictly speaking required yet, not everybody's going to pick them up. So you have to wonder if having level 3 sword and silver arrows could be a big changer for Taiju.
It's definitely going to be a
and there goes Taiju picking up his silvers.
Yeah, that is going to be a huge advantage on the Ganon fight. So if it comes down to where they end up getting talking advantage, it's really showing Taiju's got to go to Skull Woods. He has to. That hammer is just slowing him down. There's a lot that he cannot do without that hammer.
I think hopefully he's going to be taking the hint here soon. I mean, he's in the general vicinity. Now, Venoxis is getting deeper into Ice Palace, and Devio just starting his descent into it. Be interested to see what's in these 2 chests up here. Devio also opting for the Bombo Strat in the first, the vanilla compass room.
Yeah, and a quick bit of knowledge for y'all: the Quake Medallion also kills those guys.
Looks like we got Crowley back. He's going to be heading into Ice Palace as well. So everybody pretty well in lockstep.
Yeah, we're pretty much going neck and neck right now on the
Ice Rod
in
Ice Palace. You called it.
Yep, it's a common thing. I literally think that's like a version 28 thing. Never bank on it, but you better believe you'll see it.
That means all we really need at this point, we need the Cane of Samaria. That's the X factor right now. That's That's our wild card. We need to find where that is, and then we know where all the important stuff's at.
Hookshot.
I lied.
We
Hookshot
gotta
too.
Yeah, we gotta find Hookshot. And Hookshot, I think at this point, we are at the point we cannot find Hookshot in Ice Palace anymore. So I think that Ice Rod was actually locked by Hookshot. I don't know 100% by logic what was locked, because I'm kind of I forget where the Hookshot room falls in the logic after doing a bomb jump, so I don't remember. But either way, there are items that are locked behind Hookshot. So
Devio, unfortunately, struggling a little bit with this bomb jump. It's very difficult to line up. Vertically, it's pixel perfect, so you have to find it, and then you have to be able to line up yourself with that bomb using either the shadow or the blade of your sword. One of those is a guide.
yeah,
So-
he's missing that pixel. He's missing that one pixel you got to have in between the bomb. He's lining it up with the shadow. He'll get it, though. I think he'll get it. A little bit lower. There you go.
He's got it. There we go.
Just don't pull an unknown and fall off afterwards. I can't count the amount of times I've done that.
Careful of that commentator's curse over there.
Yeah, it's a power that I often forget I have. And we're heading into Cold Stare on Venoxis' side. Probably going to switch right over to the... Ooh, he's doing Fighter Sword.
Oh, yuck. No, thank you.
Yeah, no moss. No moss.
At
But
least he's got half magic.
Yeah. Oh, big key to swamp. But, again, one chest. We're still looking for small. If we want access to Swamp Palace. I think if you end up finding the small key to Swamp Palace as a runner here, you're just gonna go,
Yeah, I don't think your stock in Swamp Palace is that high. Look, there's your hook shot.
On
Gold Stare.
What?
That is interesting.
Excuse me, Logic. What happened to that? That's the hook shot and Ice Rod and Ice Palace. I could have swore that the Logic didn't let you do Ice Palace without hookshot. I thought you couldn't complete it without hookshot.
Well,
now I know. Apparently, Cold Stare can have hookshot. Okay, then.
And the Ice Palace is now a nice palace.
Yeah, Ice Palace was where the value was at. So now it's Kane. We're looking for Kane.
That's all we're looking for.
And at this point, I mean that's locking us out of Mire and Turtle Rock. I hate to be the bearer of bad news to these runners. We're probably going to end up having to go into a pendant dungeon.
Possibly Taiju getting pulled by that wall master. Oh, I feel for him on that one.
Yeah, me and Skullwoods have conversations about this every day, and those hands, I'm about to report it, because for real, they are touching me in ways I don't appreciate. All right, there we go. He missed it on that one, so hopefully he can remember to let go of the statue. There you go, buddy. Good job.
Oh, good dodge on that. I mean, and tell you what, a lot of people nowadays will do this with the Cane of Samaria. It trivializes this room, but doing it the old-fashioned way, that's tough.
Yeah,
a lot more going on.
You can miss that. He's probably happy to see that. Probably happy to see that. All right, so we got the Cold Stare fight done over on AChirality's side. We've got Devio going in to close to his Cold Stare fight. He's got his Ice Rod, so he's got the other important item. Venoxis is heading up into Eastern Palace, so Venoxis will have a third crystal where Chirality's going back into Ice Palace. He didn't get his ice rod.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good point. Venoxis will finally get his level 2 sword here, though. After toting that fighter sword around for a while. Still definitely give the advantage to Devio in this matchup. With Chirality and Venoxis, I still give the edge to Chirality, but a lot left to happen. Anything could still happen. Lots of stuff left to go, lots of real estate to cover.
Yeah, I mean, really, with Venoxis and Chirality, they're a lot more even than the bottom two. Taiju can make up ground without a doubt. I mean, he's got a lot of ground to make up, but he can do it. It's not really impossible at this point. Devio does have he's got a good lead, but with the fact that Chirality can check a few extra places, it's going to come down to good routing and checking the right places at the right time. So decisions here are really going to make a difference. Honestly, it's a race to the cane in the top almost.
Oh, yeah.
If I had to say it, it's a race to the cane. And the cane very real could be in that Fat Fairy. So if Chirality goes straight to the Fat Fairy and finds that's that advantage right there.
You know what would be very trolly, though? Could either be in the first chest of Swamp Palace or could be a vanilla cane location. Could be in Misery Mire. You know these runners aren't going to want to go there without finding it.
Yeah, because you can't clear it. Ideally, you want to find it beforehand so you can go mode Mire and go mode TR, even though go mode TR is pretty much the same thing as any other TR. You know, now that I see that again on Chirality's screen, that's another spot that they need to check. The right side of Desert Palace. That is 2 chests.
Mm-hmm. Looks
Actually,
like yeah, make a play on Mire. This will be interesting.
You know, like I said, decisions is what making the right play can just do it. Like it's one of those things that can just save your run.
Well, Venoxis fine goes back, grabs his boots. He's going to be going up to Tower. Well, no, not Tower Hera, not yet. But going to be getting his boots nonetheless.
Yeah, and in chat, just to let you know, the commentator and the runner, the runner one is correct at this point in time. The commentator one is a little bit off. I do want to go ahead and give a quick shout out. I didn't do my usual deal here and shout out our 2 amazing trackers, Glan and Tim Lobo. They are doing an amazing job, as well as again the runners, Chirality, venoxis93, Taiju, DevioXS. Please follow them. They need your love just like we do. On top of the fact, my co-commentator, the amazing, the wonderful Jackson.
I think it gives me entirely too much credit. I'm neither of those. But thank you. And give my unknown availability, my good fellow commentator here, give him a follow as well. He absolutely deserves it.
And I appreciate that as well. So Taiju's going to be going in and getting his little love from Spike Cave, finding a big heart in that first chest over there on Devio's side. We're getting a hookshot cave check from Venoxis. Nothing in the right side of desert. What? You have the hookshot. Why are you bouncing?
It's a free country.
Swag strats.
Skullwood, small key, nah. Bomb bag, nah.
Oh.
Fall, nah.
Yeah, he hasn't beaten Skullwoods yet, but you don't need that small key. It just lets you kind of skip happening.
Taiju living dangerously down there. I think a small key to Palace of Darkness.
That's good.
Be big.
That is very good. It's starting to get to a point to where pod might be the play, but we haven't gotten a lot of pod keys.
No, we sure haven't. How many have we found anyway?
1. That's the second one we found.
Huh. Look at the big key to Ice Palace in Mire. Sorry, folks, but I don't need it.
Oh Lord. So by logic, and this is true, by logic, you would have had to go on the Meyer first.
Oy.
And
Well, but
Chirality. Is he making the play? No, he can't. What is he doing? Okay, he's opening.
did he?
He
He's
doesn't
just
have
gonna
Kane.
crack it open. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, wait, did he get something we didn't see? Is he hiding things from us?
Well, the cane could be somewhere we just haven't checked yet. That's in logic.
Yeah, pretty much everything is in logic right now. Everything is in logic right now. We've got all the item locations open, like boots and hook shots, flippers. All of those things are at our grasp now. The only thing that's unfortunate is we need to find the cane to finish Meyer and to go through Turtle Rock. We have to have it.
I keep wondering if it's going to be a vanilla cane location.
I keep wondering if it's going to be a pendant to boss location. Force you to have to go beat Pod or beat Swamp Palace, because they don't have the Swamp Palace small key yet. But if they find it, what if it's right there in the front of Swamp?
I wonder if it's worth the dipping your toes in for it. It might very well be.
It's a quick check. I mean, it's really not that bad of a thing to check.
And I think Dark Shadow's mentioning a point. By logic, you needed the cane to get the cold stare without having the hook shot. So, So that means it.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was going to say. So you're telling me that the logic there is saying, because with the hook shot being on, like brain broke, brain hurt.
I don't know.
Oh Lord.
I don't know.
So yeah, like that's crazy. That's meaning that right now, those who have killed Cold Stare technically should have had Kane.
If we assume that logic's correct, yes. So that means that Chirality going to Fat Fairy should not find Kane there.
So if that's the case, yeah, if that's the case, if they get access into Swamp Palace, that means it won't be in the back of Swamp Palace. Kane can't bet.
What do you want to bet? It's the first chest in Swamp Palace. What do you want to
bet? I'm trying to figure out the final locations, and that's one of the few locations we really haven't seen yet. We've really seen all the other like pseudo trolley locations. Because we've already checked.
Like,
I was to say, we've already checked a lot of these areas. If it's here, Big Key to Skullwoods, it could be there. It could be there.
I'm starting to think Swamp Palace. I'm really starting to think Swamp Palace, like the first chest.
Yeah, because that's true. Or the small key could be there, like that. Even though that chance was taken away, the 13% chance or whatever. Now that's something interesting. That big chest, if that logic assumption is correct, it can't be there. It cannot be at that big chest. So the cane won't be in Skullwood. Oh, that's a small key up on the torch. The Turtle Rock. Wow. We're getting all our Turtle Rock keys, no pod keys. Ooh. Well, no, that can't happen. I'm sitting here trying to think of all these trolly things. Good Lord.
Chirality's going to go check Meyer, and he's going to be bitterly disappointed by not finding the cane there. That's the one thing he needs. I'm telling you, I think it's the first chest in Swamp Palace.
I'm thinking that too. I'm hoping somebody does that, because that right there that's a gamble, but it's starting to look more and more like that's a possibility. So, how many times have you seen the cane be the go mode item?
Yeah, more than you'd think, but not that many lately.
I haven't seen it in Keysanity. Like, literally, if they get Kane, have they found the Turtle Rock big key? What keys? What big? I lost track of keys. What big keys are we missing?
I don't think we've seen Turtle Rock's big key yet. Chat, help us out if we're wrong, but I don't think we've seen it yet.
So there could be a vanilla Turtle Rock big key.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Devio is coming to get his boots right now. He's going to be happy to see those.
Oh, yes.
And he'll probably end up checking the locations that we are already have seen with the boots locked, i.e. the Bonk Rock's getting his third sword. So he's kind of closing in those few gap leads that we were talking about before, with the exception of Silver's. And even then, Silverless Ganon with using a tempered sword, while difficult, a lot of these runners that are going to be doing this are going to be familiar with it. They're going to be able to do it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Devio does not have the Turtle Rock Big Key, so the Turtle Rock Big Key is MIA right now. So that's something to keep in mind for sure, because we have the Pod Big Key.
And bear in mind too, it could be in any of those pendant dungeons too. It just that could end up being something that trolls our runners for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, I could come up with a theory right now that sends you into Pod to get the Swamp Palace small key to send you all the way through Swamp Palace to get the big key for Turtle Rock. Because once you get Kane, everything is pretty much in logic. There's really fewer logic breaks that are going to happen right now. I bet you, I wonder if Devio was thinking, oh god, that small key I saw earlier is going to be that small key Swamp Palace, and it's going to send me in there.
It's worth a check. We haven't seen the right side of desert, have we? This is going to be our first check back here.
No, we've seen it. It's a bomb upgrade and cash.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're right.
Yeah, aChirality, and I think even Taiju checked it too. I think Taiju had small key as well. Yep. Big old 20.
$20.
So, another pod play. That is the answer for today. Another pod play. And I think Devio is going to be doing the same thing, another pod play. Because Mushroom is still MIA too. There could be something behind Mushroom. There could be something at Sasha. You could have to go through Pod and actually go to the boss without clearing all these chests in Pod and have to clear the boss by logic. Because it's not going to assume you have all of it, is it?
I don't know. I think I'm going to go out there and say I think Turtle Rock Big Key is going to be our go mode item at this point.
It's looking like it. It's looking like it because I have a feel. I mean, like mathematically, Devio has a point.
The big chest.
The big chest in Ice Palace.
Ice Palace. Oh god.
What if it made you do that? Oh,
awful.
Good. Oh. So we've got a couple things to keep your eye on here. Venoxis is in Pod with another key. I don't know if he's actually made I don't know if he's made one or if this is his second dip.
I think it's his second.
I'm pretty sure it's his second dip. Because Pod didn't have much.
Yeah,
he has
pretty
the swag
stingy
net.
So far.
He has the swag net. So yeah, he has that chest open right there. So he's been in here before. So he's gonna go check that left side, I think. And that's a good check. It's one of those things where like we're in this no mode section where we can think of everything, and aChirality hasn't been to Pod yet. That's his first time Pod.
And you know what though? aChirality may be just trying to minimize his dips into Pod. And again, usually that's a very good time saving tactic.
It is, because he's coming in here with two. Like this race right now between aChirality and Venoxis is neck and neck. They are almost in sync right here. The only thing that's going to be different is aChirality does need to check a few things that Venoxis already has. So where Venoxis is kind of like spot checking, Chirality is, ooh, okay, maybe he's going to try and, or no, he already did the bomb jump, didn't he?
Well, no, he's, are you talking about Chirality or are you talking about Venoxis?
Venoxis.
Yes, he already did the hammer jump.
Okay, so he doesn't have to actually do that left side. I was like, ooh, why is he not? Okay. So we are locked out of the back now, so we can't kill the boss. But, no, he hasn't done the hammer jump. But he has the big key now. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, he has the big key now. I think he didn't have it before.
He did not, no. Okay. And Taiju is going to be getting his fire on.
We'll be very happy to have that. What was that? I missed it.
The blue rupee, it was a map of Skullwoods. That's all.
Ah.
Not too much there. Anything for Skullwoods right now is not very important. So this is insane. A hunt for the cane, and it's the insane hunt for the cane. Yeah, I'm gonna be writing raps soon, folks. Look for my album to come out never.
Yeah, your next album will go aluminum.
Yes, we'll go straight into trash. Oh man. All right, so Venoxis has found that. Ooh, I've never seen that before. Did you see that on Chirality screen?
What's that? The bonk to get back up to the upper part of the bridge there?
No, I saw the bonk. He was on the edge and he ended up jumping on top of the chest. Because
that's a new one on me.
Yeah, I've never seen that. That was kind of funny. All right, so Venoxis is going to somewhere we've already seen. Going to be heading over to the pyramid, checking that, but he hasn't cleared Hera yet. I wonder if he's going to be thinking, oh, great, I need to go to Hera. Because then he could check and make sure he gets nothing out of... Oh!
He's going to do Aghanim.
Is he going to... He hasn't done the chests yet. So he's going to be getting the chests and getting the... He didn't have the big key to Hera. So that's what's happening right now. He's getting the big key to Hera to go clear Hera. So we know that he's going to be seeing it. So I wonder if he does a full Aga clear, thinking, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go get the silvers. I wonder if he does that. But Taiju's in Misery Mire, so he's kind of doing a different routing method here, just because of the way he's actually finding things. So he's probably thinking he's going to get something valuable over here in Misery Mire, but he really needs to head to Ice. So,
yep, that needs to be next port of call for him for sure.
And same thing for Devio. Has not gotten his big key to Hera yet. So neither one of them have the Aga play. And Devio is missing the Bonk Rocks to get his third sword, a Tempered Sword. So let's do a Cane Index. Let's think here.
It's Swamp Palace, small chest, the first one in the dungeon. Calling it.
Or it could be that the Swamp Palace, either one, gives you that small key right there in the front. 2, gives you a pod key to go back and beat Helmasaur for the small key to Swamp Palace, to come back into Swamp Palace, to have to go left side to get Cane.
Whoa, that's evil. I like it, but it's evil.
Oh man, please don't watch the VOD.
I apologize in advance for my co-commentators cursing.
Yeah, I have a dirty mouth. I'm sorry.
I didn't talk about that. I was talking about the fact you're putting him through hell and high water. I don't think his curse is real.
Yeah, I enjoy thinking up these convolution like ideas and weird things that can happen. Because to me, it's like with all the knowledge we have, we're watching these amazing racers do this thing, and they're all at different points. I try to think of the next step that's going to kind of make it go a little bit further to have to make you think outside of the box. Like, I just, logic is great, but when you have to think outside the box for something, it just makes it feel that much better.
Oh yes.
And
I
Gar-
want to looking
Go
up
ahead.
top of between chirality and venoxis. This is too close to call, wouldn't you say? It's just I can't even pick out a clear advantage right now. I mean, what do you think?
I agree. I mean, it's a race to the cane, because if chirality finds the cane before venoxis gets basically, if cane is somewhere that chirality can get to before venoxis can get to Fat Fairy, then chirality has the advantage. But right now, that's assuming that we find cane, because that's where we're at. It's like, it's one of those things. It's just a race to the cane, because venoxis, after he leaves here, could go check Fat Fairy and then immediately find the cane. He could immediately find the cane and then advantage venoxis. They could both find the cane at the exact same time.
Yep, just too close to call. And yeah, everybody's holding off on going to swamp. Nobody wants to go there.
And I will point this out too. Taiju is picking up ground.
Yes, he is.
He is
Taiju's closing it.
Yeah. Until that cane is found, that is making up time. That is picking up time and getting further along. And that's why these matches always come down to the very end. But pretty soon, you gotta go swamp. Pretty soon. Or just hope to find a pod key to go pod. This is without a doubt a dive into a pendant dungeon. There's no other option. And Devio has gotten his kill on good old Troll Dorm. Ooh, venoxis. Good lord. And I think Devio is doing... Nope. Just kidding. He's going to go Fat Fairy. Duh. Because he just got his Troll Dorm kill, and venoxis just got his Troll Dorm. So, Fat Fairy check for both of these folks, and they will be heading over there. And then from there, we just got to see where they're going, because Devios has got his boot areas, his boot locked areas to check. So he's going to be doing King's Tomb, and Bonkrock's probably getting his third sword and absolutely nothing out of King's Tomb. So
Chirality, I guess, never checked the big chest in Thieves Town, did he?
They did not have the small key until just a moment ago. The small key was actually in Pod, I think.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because it was that it was either Pod or it was in possibly Meyer. It was somewhere that they had to have access to before actually clearing that. So, man,
still want to see a pod or a swamp dip. Come on, somebody do it.
Taiju? Like, I thought he was about to bomb jump with... I was like, oh god. Hey, do you see what I see?
What do your elf eyes see?
Chirality's going in a swamp.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We have that first cave. What is it? What is it? Oh man, because if it's Kane, that's wild. That is okay, that was like bad timing. Stop doing this. Oh well. Okay, moving on. Venoxis is going to be doing the rest of the Meyer checks, and we've got Devio going to be checking his Skullwoods big chest, getting a whole lot of love. And Taiju is going through, he just got his Ice Rod, and checking the other few locations. I'm sure he's going to be happy to see his hook shot once he kills Cold Stare.
I know I would be.
Yeah. Hookshot is probably, I gotta say, it's like my favorite item. It's my favorite item to have. I almost like it more than boots because I bonk too much with boots. So we got Devio going back into pod. So we'll get to see what kind of routing he does. I'm sure he's going to go check the Harmless Hellway. That's pretty much the next idea from there. Most people don't like clearing bosses. They tend to lean towards the chests, but in this one, bosses have had items.
Yes, they have.
Bosses have been the rich ones, man. Suspense is killing me.
It seriously is causing my hair to go gray. I gotta know what's in Swamp Palace.
I know, right?
I gotta know. Somebody better go there fast.
Unfortunately, nobody is Sonic. Bad puns are bad. And I can't blame him, though. If you don't have a small key, there's just so... it's such a gamble, so little value.
I know, but...
And yes, Dark Shadows is absolutely correct. ALTTTP is recording locally, so there will be a valid run. This is not going to hurt the validity of the tournament at all, so don't be concerned about that. All right. What you got, Devio? Ooh. Taiju getting knocked off by that.
You know, that is a nasty little fire bar. You come right down to it. Right before the iced tea room in Ice Palace. That's a nasty little fire bar.
Yeah, it can get you nice. I actually you can palm jump over that corner. I do it all the time. I hate that fire bar. I hate ice. I'm just like, nah, I'm bomb jumping. Sorry. Venoxis, where you going, buddy? Come on, buddy. Come on, Venoxis. You can do it.
I think he's possibly, maybe.
He's already done the Vat Fairy. Come on, Venoxis. Down? No. I thought he did
That
Vat
way.
Fairy.
That way. There you go. Now
Down.
you're thinking.
Yes. Down. Yes. All right. Rubbing my hands. Let's do this.
I'm telling you what, I'm on the edge of my seat for this. I don't know about you.
Oh no, Taiju. Go back. Go back. The hook shot's there.
Oh no.
Oh, Kaiju.
Oh no.
Oh, Taiju.
Wait, if he's not comfortable with Ice Palace bomb jump though, he's got to have the big key. That means he's got to go to Meyer first. Ugh.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were pointing that out earlier that the Ice Palace. Oh man, yeah. That compliments to anybody who has entered this tournament because I didn't even enter this tournament. I'm not even running this tournament.
Kane! I told you!
It's in the first chest! Oh my god, first chest of Swamp and Kane!
Called it. Totally called it.
Hey, I called it before you. I said something important was going to be there.
You didn't specify.
Hey, I was just trying to extend it, but we're waiting on official go mode in Keysanity, but I'm calling it. Venoxis is in item go mode.
He is indeed in item go mode.
Yeah, and I don't do that's gotta be Kane. I don't take from, but that is definitely the red stick.
It's big, it's red, it's curvy, it doubles as a baseball bat. It's a cane.
That's crazy. Oh man, the swamp play. And AChirality was going there. Yep, so AChirality has Kane.
Yep. So now we've got our next item on the shopping list. We got to find that big key for Turtle Rock. Gotta find it.
AChirality's already checked the Fat Fairy. So he's headed to Turtle Rock. We may not be able to see it. He's either headed to Meyer to finish it, or he's headed to Turtle Rock right now.
I would almost bet go Meyer first. Go ahead and clear that up, because that way, if you find the big key in Turtle Rock in its vanilla location, or at least its vanilla dungeon, you're right there. Ganon's Tower is just a couple screens over.
You're absolutely correct. Meyer is the right play first. It is. Finish it. For all you know, Vidi could have the big key to Turtle Rock.
Well, and there comes a point at which you just have to trust that something is going to be there along the way that you need. I mean, at some point, you just have to have faith that it's going to be there.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to. And it's one of those things where you just like, And actually, you know what? Taiju did go to Meyer, by the way. He was in Meyer earlier.
Did he not pick up the big key for Ice Palace?
I don't know. I'm a little confused down there because he went to Thieves Town. I'll be looking for a pause and seeing what we've got. If I see a pause come up, I'll do a quick pause or item check, and I'll see what he's got.
Devio thinking for a minute what he's going to do. Believe he's going to make the commitment to Ice Palace.
The Ice Palace big key chest. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Now that we know where it's at, that's crazy. Because if he puts it off, he's giving Taiju chances to catch up.
Yep, Taiju will close the gap every minute that Devio puts off not going to Swamp Palace.
He was thinking about it there. He's like, we're okay. I have the big key. Let's go. It's like, let's go all the way into this dungeon.
It's one of the things that keeps me out of playing Keysanity. There is so much extra stuff to keep up with. I lack the processing power to do it.
He just said, peace out. I think I only just wanted to go kill a Freezor today.
Well, I mean, you got to wonder if he's thinking, God, do I go to Swamp? Do I go to Ice Palace? What do I do? I mean, I think he's doing that mental coin flip right now.
Yeah.
Wait. He's got to be in that. I've been in this exact same spot he is. You start grinding away in your brain. It's like, oh God, what do I do? Do I do this?
Yeah.
Do I do this?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there before too. There is so many times that I have just like, oh come on, Taiju. Good job, Taiju. Taiju, half a heart left on blind, killing blind. Very good job. But unfortunately, pendant. Okay, so Devio is getting in his bonk rock checks. He's going to be getting his checks on the areas that required the boots. So,
he will be happy to get a carrot cutlass out of this.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. And that's funny you call it the carrot cutlass because he's using a bunny sprite. Oh, you punny man.
Well, the cinnamon scimitar just didn't roll off the tongue this time.
The cinnamon scimitar. Oh, man. So, Venoxis is going to be heading into Thieves Town and checking that big chest for the big key. So, he's getting a lot of these single locations out. And I'm wondering if Devio is remembering that the Swamp Palace small key is a thing, but maybe forgetting that first chest is a thing.
You know what? You got a very good point. He might be thinking, I can't go to Swamp Palace till I find the small key, and not realizing, yes, you can. You can only check one chest, but you can go.
Yeah. He's trying to get that God Pixel. Just go, man. Just go. All right, come on, Devio. Think of it. Think of it. Everybody, come on. Give your NRG to Devio. We want him to go to Swamp Palace.
Give the energy. Come on. You know where you gotta go.
I almost don't want to talk just to be able to let him think. He can't hear me, but I want to let him think. Oh man, I feel this is when you're
I can hear the wheels turning in Devio's head from here.
Oh, I can just imagine me sitting here off mic just going, I need a map! I need a map! Go there! Where are you going? He's
Where are
going
you
tomorrow.
going? Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Maybe he skipped some chests in there, but where? Oh.
I don't think he did.
I hope he has the compass. This is the one time I hope he has a compass.
Yep, because compass will tell him
7 of 8.
Yep, he gets compass
the
paying off.
Saved somebody.
Compass paid off. Okay, now he's got to think. Okay, now what?
All right, I'm calling it. Compasses are useful now. Oh man, Taiju going into his angry, ugly-looking moth, the devious Butterfree. Is he doing it? Is he doing it?
I think Devio's finally figured out where the fresh tracks are. I think he's figured it out.
Yes. Go down.
But Taiju's made up a little bit of ground there, although unfortunately for Taiju, does not have the hook shot. He's going to have to go back to Cold Stare to get that.
Yeah, he's got to go back to Cold Stare to get that. I mean, there's no ifs, ands. He's going to have to clear it anyway, so he's not going to have to worry about it for Ganon. But if he tries, I mean, in the off chance that he goes to the swamp play first and goes and clears Mire and Turtle Rock, you know, it's one of those things where he's going to need to get that hook shot. And Turtle Rock is made very easy by hook shot. You can get that right side down really easy. So
yep, absolutely right.
But Devio is going to be so happily angry that he's going to find this cane right here.
Yeah. Either going to be slashes of joy or slashes of rage. Let's find out.
Yeah, so Donut in chat apparently is a good friend of Taiju's. He taught him the Ice Palace bomb jump, so he knows it.
Maybe not rage slashes, maybe just bombs of love.
Oh, I thought he was gonna just start selecting random items or whatever, and just being like, I don't care anything that's a weapon right now. Where's Taiju going? That's a fairy.
Poor Donut. You know what to do.
Poor Donut. As his teacher, I'm losing my mind. He's doing pretty good, man. I've got to give him some credit. He is doing a Keysanity, and this is not an easy run by any means. Just looking at all of this, and I would have lost my mind in this too. Clean Cape Strats by venoxis on Vidi. Let's see what Vidi drops. Vidi drops.
Great Big Eye has, is that 10 arrows?
Yeah, no, that was money.
Oh. Because that's so much more helpful.
It just looked like 10 arrows because there was an arrow in the wall. So, Turtle Rock Big Key's got to be in Turtle Rock, or ew. Stop thinking, brain.
I'm going to be a vanilla Turtle Rock Key. I'm betting it. Just a matter of whether it's going to be in the vanilla chest or not. We'll see.
More theory crafting. What if the Swamp Palace small key is in Turtle Rock and there is no big key in Turtle Rock and they have to go to Swamp Palace and the big key is on Argus?
Oh, God.
That means they're going to do a left. Most people skip left side. Most people skip left side. I have to say that. So if they go straight to Argus, they're skipping left side. But either or, left side or Argus, if they do one or the other, that's gonna hurt. Oh man. I don't know why I think these things up. Because
I like it.
Because here's the thing. Let's point some things out. There are some upgrades missing. Because a lot of the locations, they picked them up because the locations were valuable this time around.
Right.
We're missing 2 shield upgrades. We're missing some upgrades to the capacities. We're missing mushroom. We're missing. I mean, the big key could be behind mushroom. So we're missing a lot of things that Turtle Rock could have. We're missing a lot of small keys to pod.
Yeah, this seed is definitely not done with the trolley stuff yet.
And pod usually is one of those ones you see a bunch of keys early. Pod usually is like every small key you find in the beginning is to pod. And Devio also. Oh god!
There's your small palace small key.
Oh god!
I don't know that I would. I do not know that I would mirror out yet, though. I really don't know that I would mirror out yet.
Whoa! He's
almost seems a little too early.
That's a gamble. This is going to be a major. Even though they're not racing each other, that's a major route divergence here. So Devio gets his crystal to Meyer. He's going to head to Turtle Rock. He's going to find that Swamp Palace small key. If he does the same thing, we'll see. I'm interested. Oh man, I'm actually kind of interested to see what's in Swamp. This could just be the biggest waste of time, and it could. Oh man,
amazing though. You never know.
Yeah, because it could just be full of pod small keys and send you back to pod.
Meanwhile, the big key for Turtle Rock was there all along. You never know.
Yeah, like I mean, I personally would have just cleared Turtle Rock. I would have gone through Turtle Rock and just cleared it and known I had a straight path to the back to get to Trinex.
Now, quick question. How many small keys do you need to get to Trinex?
You need... I know it's not less than 3, and I'm like 90% sure it's not more than 4. 3 or 4. So I'm almost positive they have all the keys though. They've found more Turtle Rock keys than they've found pod keys. Because the vanilla location typically is skipped, but that could also hurt them. And for all we know, there's a vanilla key inside of inside of Turtle Rock as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got 3. So that's a good question because they can steal that pokey key and get all the way back, but they don't have the big key to get past that roller. So it's a gamble all the same, but you still check. He didn't check right side, did he?
He did not check the room past the 4 torches and the hookshot.
All right, Devio. No, Devio stays. All right, so we're gonna get checks here, guys. I love you, Taiju. The right side right now has got what's going on here.
Like I said, I'll be very interested to see what's in these 2 chests, because if you find the Turtle Rock big key in one of these 2 chests, Venoxis just made a huge mistake. But he did find butter, and that is a consolation prize.
Is it? Butter, I mean, he's not going to be doing... he's doing Silverless Ganon, and Butter does not do anything for that.
That is very true. I mean, the Butter Blade is yellow, which is nice.
If yellow's your favorite color. But either way, we see nothing on the right side of Turtle Rock there, so that's kind of a killjoy. But we'll see, because we've got a couple different rooms to check here. We're going to see if he skips that vanilla big key. If he skips the vanilla big key, then he'll go back. Oh, he can't get there. I keep thinking he can get there, but there is a good point here that he can do. He can check Mimic Cave. Oops. Oh, so he has skipped left side. I didn't see what is he just going straight to the boss? Did he even check?
I think he is. Might be kind of reverting to strats used in open mode.
Huh. That's interesting. I blinked and he just went straight through it. Yeah, I agree with you, Glenn. I think he's going to skip that vanilla big key. I really do. We do know where silvers are at. Ethereal, they are actually on the Lumberjack Cave. Oh, that was clean. That was super clean.
4 fairies, 1 powder.
Small key to Ganon's tower. Oh. I wonder.
No, he's not gonna skip the vanilla the vanilla location.
Bombs.
Oh, maybe he should have. Oh Lord,
That's bad. That hurts. But here's the thing though. That hurts, but it doesn't, because he's gonna go check. He can't go any further. That was actually the right play. That was the right play. He cannot go any further.
Well, he does have Mimic Cave though.
Mimic Cave. Either way, he's gonna have to come back and check. Ooh, okay. That's a small key to Turtle Rock. Yikes.
Yep.
Yikes. He's gonna have to go to Swamp to get that next small key.
Mm-hmm. It's where using your keys wisely is but at the end of the day, it's a gamble. I mean, the big key could have very well been there.
I was hoping so bad that it was there. I was hoping so bad that the small key. But here's the thing, though. Mimic Cave, what do you got? Small key to Skullwoods, which is useless right now. I'm kind of looking for other small... Oh, I hate it when that happens. Okay, so now he's going back through. So, he's got to find... He can still go left side, can't he? What does he need to do to go left side right now? What am I thinking? He just needs to go down and get the key without drowning it. Mushroom. Ugh. Big key.
Big key.
Turtle Rock.
Big key. There it is.
Swamp Palace. Oh. But here's the good thing. Here's the good thing for Devio. He's going to be able to go in, and if he does a simple clear without checking left side, he'll get it and go straight back. So he's not going to have to worry too much about missing that key for 1. For 2, he's not as hurt as it sounds. So, and Venoxis is going to be buying. Don't turn it in. Yeah, don't turn that mushroom in. Ladies and gentlemen, Venoxis is in official 100% go mode.
Yep, because he's got that last Turtle Rock small key, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got every Turtle Rock small key. He can go straight back, and I think he can even skip. He doesn't even have to steal the Pokey. If I'm not mistaken. I think he has every key to go straight back, skip Laser Bridge, and go. Okay. So, let's see what Devio does. I don't think Devio does the same style run that Venoxis just did. Pretty sure he's going to check this left side chest here. I just hope he doesn't go left side swamp. This is one of the few times that I'm hoping somebody skips left side.
Well, it comes down to it, though. I mean, he's probably thinking, I got to check all these places, so he's probably going to end up doing it.
Very true, but does he do the typical route of go ahead and clear the dungeon and then go left side? Does he do that? Because really, honestly, as far as routing goes, they're about equal in the amount of time you spend.
I'm evenly split. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. And as of right now, I will let you know, folks, AChirality has not done a .done yet. So I have not seen it. If we do see that on the IRC chat, I will update you, or Jax will update you. We will definitely tell you, so you don't have to sit in the dark. All right, so he gets that left side or that right side key right there and goes straight up. He is not doing left side, but gets his butter. He's gonna go check that bottom easy chest check.
Taiju gonna be attempting to do the Ice Palace bomb jump here. Has 2.5 hearts left to do it.
He's got one more attempt here. A little bit lower, a little bit lower. You missed it.
Oh no.
Don't do it again.
No, don't. You don't have enough health.
Stop it.
Don't.
Stop it.
Don't. Ooh.
Well, I guess the bombs weren't doing all the damage.
True.
So he technically had one more fall, but I think nerves might be getting to him, Donut. He's doing well for probably never being on a reach, and I got to give him a lot of credit. He is getting a lot further than I have seen plenty of people who have just started doing a actual Keysanity race do. He's doing pretty well. As a matter of fact, he's doing something that I find kind of interesting. He's going to get fairies from that fairy location right there. That's not too far out of the way either.
No, it's not.
And Devio is going left side, unfortunately. So, but Devio is still ahead and has the advantage. So as far as that, it's just giving Taiju some more time to get his bomb jump physics and everything figured out just a little bit. So and Venoxis in his Trinex fight with Butter Sword too. So he's going to do a quick 3 slashes on this head and teach him who's boss. Does he get the 1 cycle? No, he doesn't. He's about to do his head. There you go. Super healthy seed. I just realized we're at 17 hearts.
The way this routing has been on this is pretty close to the Rando Hundo.
Pretty close. We're missing a few. We got 1 shield upgrade. We're missing the mirror shield, which honestly nobody's going to check any chests up through the gauntlet. That's about it. So, all right. So Devio is going to end up finding his big key probably in the next 2 minutes. And we have AChirality at 2 hours, 17 minutes, 53 seconds, finishing in first place. AChirality has won his match against venoxis93.
Wow, congratulations to AChirality on that one. We'll see if we can get him in here for an interview. Meanwhile, we have Venoxis starting the climb not far behind at all.
So Venoxis will get through this probably pretty quickly. That ended up being a very close race, though. Very close. I mean, we'll call out the official time that Venoxis finishes with, but that is an extremely close race.
Yes, it is.
Anytime you have 2 runners enter the gauntlet, or even on Ganon while one is in the gauntlet, that's close in Keysanity. Especially considering 1, the Cane was in Swamp. 2, you had to go back in the Swamp to get the big key to Turtle Rock.
Oh, yeah, man. It was interesting for sure.
And Venoxis made that call the second he got the small key. He didn't even waste time on Turtle Rock. Devio is heading up to go to Trinex. God, and you know, unfortunately, with the way that it made you do that, you couldn't even set up a that clever spot that you can mirror out of and jump down to. So that's like, it didn't even let you do the quick routing, and it forced you into having to go back. And luckily for Devio, he has that extra, so he's going to be able to do this pretty quickly. Get back to Trinex, butter sword swing, boom. Yeah, he's waiting to see if his laptop will let him bring it up, and he is going to use phone Discord if it doesn't work there. So with his laptop giving him so much trouble, he's going to definitely give that a check.
All right, so we'll have chirality here momentarily for you guys. Meanwhile, Venoxis going to be knocking out Lanmolas here. With the Butter Sword as a backup, this generally goes as a pretty quick fight.
There he goes. Chirality!
Hi.
Good game, sir.
I don't know at which point I stopped feeling any emotions whatsoever. I feel broken.
By the seed or by other unfortunate issues?
By everything.
By
Oh my god. I've been juggling those internet issues, like, well, not internet, it's my laptop. Basically, I have a problem with my hard drive, and it keeps hiccuping. And what happened in my stream is that I've been streaming no problem, but there will always be these small little freezes that will stop my my uploading for about 5 to 10 seconds, and that will completely throw off Twitch. And I'll be forced to manually go to my OBS and stop streaming, restart streaming to fix it. So I've been juggling that while playing.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah, oh man, that's rough. But yeah, you actually got done while we're watching the restream here. Venoxis literally is doing he literally was entering Ganon's tower and going up the gauntlet as you got done on the restream. So
the first time that I entered the rock, I was already convinced I lost. Like, I made all the gambles that were wrong. I went back for all the big chests that I skipped, hoping that it wouldn't be that big of an issue, because I was basically missing only 2 items for Gomod for so long. And I've put behind some locations for so long because I was waiting for some items, like, where the hell are all the keys to pod? Seriously, what the hell?
I was making that same comment. I was like, where are the pod keys? We're seeing nothing but everything but pod keys. Like, where are these things? And
so at the end, I had to do all the gambles, like enter pod with only 2 small keys. At least I can get 12 locations. I was expecting that maybe Canis Maria could be in the first chest mainly, because it doesn't really require that many keys. Like, you don't actually need any keys to get the drop-down chest, the one on the bridge, and the first one. So that was my play there. And, oh, well, maybe Samaria is simply in Mire. Oh, wait, it's not. Oh, maybe it's elsewhere. No, it's not. Is it in the ice status big chest? Oh, please, no. I don't want to go back there. And when
everybody made the same play as you, though. Everybody was like, Swamp Palace. Nobody wanted to go there.
Absolutely nobody wanted to go.
I am absolutely on the record today on the Keysanity server as someone that said that during the patch, where there were about 12% chance of the small key being the first chest in Swamp, I'm on the record for saying that it was really stupid. And even then, it was a kind of dumb gamble that had high enough of a percentage that maybe it's legit, but you don't really want to. But if you make it and it's succeeded, you just kind of win the game. And here we have not the small key, but the item that unlocks everything.
The item that unlocks the small key to go back and get the big key for the place that unlocked the small key.
Go Pen and Swamp first chest without small key to get Cane of Samaria, to go in Third Rock to get the actual small key to Swamp, to actually go back, find the big key to Third Rock to go get your crystal. Thank you, Seed.
Yeah. That is definitely a crazy seed. I'm sitting here thinking, and of course, you know how I like to theory craft on where things can be, and I'm sitting here going, first off, Jackson and I were both discussing whether or not that first chest was going to be something worth it. And he's like, it's going to have Kane. It's going to have Kane. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to have something important. And the whole time we're like, we're waiting for it. We're waiting for it. And then we saw you going there. And as you were walking up into it, as you pulled the trigger to actually get into it and come back to your portal,
Yeah.
you cut out and we didn't see it.
Oh no.
So
I just came. My stream came back, and then I had Kane, and suddenly I'm in Mar.
we unfortunately
happened?
we actually never really got your stream back up. I think we were just hoping on the recording thing. And
Oh no.
are you not recording?
Yeah,
Did you
I
not
am.
record?
I am recording, but
Okay.
since the problem with my hard drive, I don't know how that will turn out. But
Okay, we'll.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure we'll get
hoping.
that figured out. We'll get that figured out. Hopefully, we can do what we can do. Unfortunately, you can't control things like that. That's not something you can prevent. So, but yeah,
I really hope everything's all right, though.
Yeah, and it was funny because when that happened, we were just like, oh no. And we just kind of moved on. And then we finally got, I think it was Venoxis actually who did it first.
Oh.
And we were like, oh, your opponent did it first. And we're like, well, we know ALTTP was there.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was wild. Venoxis is on the Ganon fight right now doing Silverless Ganon, and Devio, is getting his Landmo 2 kill and heading up, about to be going through to Moldorm 2. So.
Oh. Yeah, I was really stressed, and okay, another thing that really stressed me. The lava chest in Turok, that was an accident. That was unintentional. And at that point, I was 100% convinced I just threw the race. I just lost. Because now, instead of being away from Go mode in one item, I'm away in 2 items. I need to find that last Turok key, which could be anywhere. It could be the green pen and turn-in. Like, I just lost because no one else is going to make that mistake when Turok is basically the Go mode dungeon. So
Yeah.
I was just convinced I just lost. And then the bomb chest in Swan Palace is the last Turok small key, and just like, oh, saved.
Yeah. So Venoxis did just finish. He entered in, killed the big pig. He is a dot done at 2:26:48. So right at 9 minutes of difference. So I mean, all that came down to was just literally you getting that cane first. Okay, so another update. Taiju is in fact not forfeiting. Not a big deal.
No.
That happens. He's been having some trouble doing an Ice Palace bomb jump. But as long as Devio does finish, that means he will have that win. But Taiju is not going to be disqualified. Or excuse me, not disqualified. That's not the word I'm looking for. He is not going to be out of the tournament. He still has other abilities. So he still has other races and things of that nature. So, yeah, and he just commented that he was having a lot of trouble on the bomb jump. It happens. It's one of those things that once you get it, it kind of comes naturally, and then you get it from there on out. So once you get it, Taiju, you'll get it, man. Don't worry about it. You're doing a fantastic job, and thank you for being a part of the community and actually joining the tournament. That's more than a lot of people have done, period.
That's more than I would certainly do. Again, my hat's off to Taiju for even participating, because I couldn't do this. There's no way.
I didn't. There's things that I can't do that I literally have. I didn't even enter. So I know a lot about Keysanity, but you entered, man. You entered. You did exactly what you needed to do, and you actually got yourself out there. Very good job. Very well done. I got to give you a lot of credit there. So once Devio finishes, he does have to finish by SRL rules. He has to finish the run in order to be able to be declared the winner in this instance. So once he defeats Ganon on Silverless, you will officially have your winner on that side.
Looks like we have Venoxis joining us. Very well played to you, man. Solid run through that. Don't think we can hear you. Your mic's a little bit low.
Oh, my bad. It was muted. I'm sorry.
That's
All right.
okay. How you feeling after that seed, man?
I made some pretty awful plays. Like, Thieves Town was pretty awful because I had access to T-Rock. And I just go-moded Swamp in hopes that it was a crystal. And then when the pendant fell, I was like, oh, this is awful. So I was like, well, I'm going to go back in and check. And sure enough, T-Rock Big Key was there. I was like, well, maybe my opponent went into T-Rock and didn't go to Swamp after getting the key, but
Oh, I did that.
Like that.
I cleared as much as I could in T-Rock, hoping that the T-Rock Big Key would be in there. And then when I hit a wall of nothing, I went straight Swamp. And I actually started clearing. I just cleared and got everything up, skipping left side, going to Argus, and then I found the Big Key, and I just bailed from there. But I actually knew that Swamp was a pendant from very early in the game. I think there was a map that I found that told me that.
Yeah, it was probably in Dark Palace, most likely.
Oh, possible, yeah.
When did you go into Swamp to get the cane?
Extremely late. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the point where I got it, I think my options were go back to open the Ice Palace big chest or Swamp. And that's it. I did everything.
Yeah, I kind of went into Ice, I guess, really kind of early-ish. But normally I wouldn't go into Ice without the Big Key because I wouldn't want to have the double dip Ice.
Well, here's the thing. I like to go kill Muffla when I have the Big Key. I didn't have it. I like to go kill Blind when I have the Big Key. I don't have it. I like to go Ice Palace when I have the Big Key. I didn't have it. I like to go into Misery Mire when I have Kina Samara. I didn't have it. I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There was when I got when I got Master Sword, I was like, okay, finally I can get boots. And then from there, things kind of started rolling. But I was like, where is a sword?
Oh yeah, troubles with the swords?
Well, I didn't get my Master Sword until an hour 25.
I even forget where the Master Sword was, actually.
All right, so real quick, we want to say Devio has officially beaten Ganon, and he has finished at 2 hours and 32 minutes and 24 seconds. So he is the winner of this particular race. Let me go ahead and see. We did have... I'm looking to see where Taiju is at. I'm waiting to see if he's coming in. He said he wouldn't mind doing an interview, but I'm going to ask and see if Devio also wants to do it. Oh, Jackson's already asked. Never mind.
Let's see if we can get them in here and get their thoughts on this.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, this was a doozy.
But yeah, GG.
I don't know about you, but I personally had a lot of problems with my stream this entire playthrough. So I was really upset from the beginning. But I think that because I was so upset at the beginning and the middle, then at the end, I didn't feel anything anymore. No matter what the seed could throw at me, I didn't care. I was just playing. I don't know if you had the same reaction as I, especially
there we are.
Starting from Samaria and everything that came after that.
Yeah, I saw the stuff in IRC. That really sucks.
Yeah.
But you still played really well.
All right, we got Taiju in here. I do want to go ahead and say, hey, I want to give you mad credits, man. You joined this even with a forfeit. You did a good job. You did a good job. That Ice Palace bomb job is not the easiest thing in the world.
No, I'm definitely gonna practice that next because I spent all this morning practicing hammer jump and I didn't even get a chance to use it.
I actually did it. It was kind of an awful pod dip. If you guys are curious what was in pod, the answer was pretty much nothing.
Yeah, I like triple dipped pod.
Only went there once with 2 keys and the big key. And I basically got everything except killing Helma and the is it the vanilla compass chest? Which chest is it in the big main room? Top chest that you have to drop down, go back. That's the big key one. Okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah, I didn't grab that one or the one that you fall down to, but I grabbed everything else. When I had 2 keys.
The one that you fall for is actually, I feel, very important because logically it's a chest that does not require a single small key to access if you have the hammer and the bow. So there's a high probability that items could be there before all the key logic of the dungeon kicks in, basically.
Like, it was a really good run starting out. I was like, oh, hey, this is a lot of really good stuff. And then it started bottlenecking, and I'm a little salty from that Ice Palace, but like I said, I'm definitely going to practice that next.
Well, Taiju, again, man, look, you did very well. I was very impressed with a lot of the plays you made. I mean, it's you're gonna get your practice in. You're gonna keep improving, and you know what? You're beating me and Unknown over here. We're sitting over here just talking about it. You're actually in there wading through it. So again, I salute you for that.
Yeah, mad props, man. Hey, and like I pointed out to the chat and everything like that. That's not the end. This is not the end. So you've got time to come back on another one. You know, there's plenty of teams that have started off 0-1, and plenty of people who've started off 0-1 and come back and won the Super Bowl. You know,
definitely. It's just a big fact of I haven't had a whole lot of time to practice with a bunch of real world stuff going on. But now that's out of the way. Aside from work, I will definitely be practicing for the next match. I can't wait.
Hey, I salute you, man. I salute you.
Thank you.
Without a doubt.
Hats off to y'all too for the commentary. I can't wait to see when it actually gets uploaded.
Absolutely. Watch the VOD, and I swear I didn't say anything that the VOD said. None of it was me at all. But do we ever get DVO in here?
I think we're gonna get him in here. Just give us just a second.
So where was that last key at for the Ice Palace? Do y'all remember or no?
It was Skullwood's big chest. I might be wrong.
Ooh,
it's a really odd location. I don't know actually.
Yeah, it's a really odd location.
About Hookshot Cave.
I really cannot remember because I don't care for Ice Palace small keys. Basically, I just want one to make routing simpler when I enter, but like the seed I never got one, so I was like whatever. And then I found another small key
right before Cold Stare, and I blanked and realized, oh man, I need a key. F me.
Yeah.
But I mean, in all honesty, though, I mean the if you'd have gotten that and gone to Cold Stare, he had the hook shot.
Yeah.
That was
I had a
so
feeling.
early when I saw that. I was like, what? And then I was like, I think I went up to Death Mountain after that, but I was just like, it was my 3rd or 4th trip up to Death Mountain. I was like, that's so irritating. Because I went up there at first after clearing everything, and then there was nothing, and it was on Zora.
Ooh.
And then I mirrored to Tower of Hera because I made 2 trips up to Death Mountain, and it was worthless.
Yeah, and like a lot of I actually got to give you mad props as well, venoxis. You got that small key to Swamp, and you said nope, and went straight to Swamp. And we're just like, I am not going any further in this dungeon until I know for a fact Swamp isn't trolling me. So I was laughing about that.
That's
Yeah, I was like,
do is check Swamp.
because I didn't know if TR or Swamp was a pendant or crystal, so I was like, okay, Swamp is faster. I'm pretty sure I could clear it faster than I could finish TR, so I was like, I'm just gonna go for it, go mode Swamp, and when that pendant fell, it was just miserable. And then
Yeah.
I had to go back in. And then I had to go all the way back up to TR, but I was like, well, I have 4 keys, so I could just go mode everything.
That's where the difference in our decision kicked in, because I knew that from maybe an hour and 20 into the game, I knew exactly that the last crystal was Turtle Rock. So when I found that small key to Swamp, I had the immediate thought of, the big key is going to be in it. Just you wait, the big key is going to be in it. Or even worse, though, I'm going to find a mushroom, I turn in the mushroom, I get the big key to Turtle Rock, like stupid shit. And I was really tempted to just mirror out, go straight Swamp. And I decided, I felt super behind. I felt like I was really losing. So I decided, yeah, if I make that play, and turns out that the big key is just on the way right there, I lose. Like, super hard. So I just sticked into the rock and cleared, and I didn't find. Actually, baiting early was the correct play, but it wasn't. On I always forget his name. Argus. Yeah.
The eyeball boss, the other
Yeah.
eyeball boss. No, that eyeball boss.
Something with eyes. Hey, we have Devio in here, and I want to get his thoughts on that. That was a very well played seed on your part, dude. Congratulations. How you feeling after that?
Hello? Can you hear me?
You are
You
a
are
little
slightly
bit
low.
I
quiet.
can't hear any of you. For some reason.
Oh,
Yeah, you said you can't hear us. I could barely hear that. Oh, doom, doom, doom.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
I don't think you can hear us.
All
We
right.
can hear
I still can't hear any of you though, which
Yeah, that's weird.
makes things a little difficult.
How do you go from there?
It was just a minute, boys.
Yeah, that's
the night of technical difficulties.
Oh, did you cleared thieves down too, huh?
Yep.
I was so close to just not, but when I did, and then it was a pendant, I was like, man, I hate Keysanity.
At some point, I hit the literal wall where I only had 4 locations left. Swamp, Swamp, small first chest, Ice Palace, big chest, TT, big chest, and Skullwoods, big chest. And I did in the order of Skullwoods into TT because it's pretty fast to go from one to another. And I went straight Swamp, and then I hated everything.
Oh, and I went into pod with Bo, and then knowing that I had the mirror, I totally just left and went somewhere else without mirroring out and doing Eastern.
Oh.
And so then I had to go back, do that. Then I also forgot the chest right before Mothula. So I went back and checked that.
That's a lot of small time losses here and there. They end up adding up. That's sad. I really believe that if you didn't make all these small mistakes, our race would have been really, really close. Because, we basically cleared almost the entire seed.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty-
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
There's a no.
I'll take that as a no. We might not be able to get this
Well, you
get
can
this in
like message
particular.
him, ask him his thoughts on like the.
Yeah, I cannot hear you at all still. Discord's making noise, though, oddly enough.
Okay. So I guess we can literally say things like thoughts on the race, like Taiju just typed in. Iris.
That was pretty standard for the kind of seeds that I make for myself. It started out with a nice little present, knowing that silver arrows were not going to be part of the equation, so that was nice. Then it was a forced double dip into Ice Palace, or not Swamp, is what I meant to say. When you didn't have the small swamp key, that was pretty great. I guess it goes to show that I was more thinking that I had missed something rather than remember that there was actually an item there, that it could be something. So yeah, I mean, at least I had like more than a fighter sword, so that's nice. The Swamp Palace troll was that one was pretty epic, I gotta say. That I was actually pretty upset that I used my the small key the way I did in Turtle Rock, because I know that I wanted to keep one around, but then I realized I had I didn't have the big key, and it knowing the seed, that big key could have been right in that chest, vanilla. Oh, that would have been the best, but luckily, there's one in Swamp, so.
Yeah, and aChirality's saying in chat he accidentally opened that door too and thought he had immediately thrown the race.
But yeah, that I can imagine just thinking like, oh, I accidentally opened that locked door. I was a little bit tilted by then. I don't know if you could tell. You could probably tell. I was a little bit tilted during part of that, where I went into Dark Palace for like the second time, knowing full well that nothing in there could have been progression. But I got to show off the hammer jump, so that was fun. At least I got that.
So I'm asking him for any of his last thoughts. We're going to see what his answers are.
Last thoughts. Put this seed in the record book. Put it in a time capsule. Bury it like 50 miles underground, and see what future civilizations have to say about it.
Oh man,
That's really lovely. All right. On that note, I want to go around the table one more time. aChirality, let's start with you. Any last thoughts on this scene?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm still kind of surprised that my time was not worse, but
Last thoughts. Oh, there's another small thing that really annoyed me. A thing that I really like to do in Keysanity is clear Aga Tower as soon as possible, because so many people forget it, and so often there's good stuff in there. So as soon as I find one castle tower key, I want to do that. And I set up twice to do it, then realizing I don't have a cape, I don't have a master sword. What am I doing? I think I wasted like 2 minutes attempting to do that, and it was horrible.
I almost did the same thing. And when I finally got my Master Sword, I was like, I'm going to Aga Tower.
Yeah.
I guess I got lucky then, because I got like Master Sword and both keys, no problem. I just breezed right through the tower.
I set up a death warp after this first death warp in Harrow Castle, like a death warp from the dark chest, to try to go Aga Tower, and then I realized I can't do that. And then when I added the pyramid in, I'm like, I have the mirror, I can do that. No, I still don't have the Master Sword. What am I doing?
I almost did the same thing. Like, I death warped, and then I was like, I want to do Aga Tower. Oh, I can't. And then I just did escape, and then I did pyramid, and then I was like, it'd be really nice to do Aga Tower right now.
I actually ended up saying the same thing on when y'all were doing it. I was like, yeah, I would just do Tower right now. And I was like, well, there's no cape and there's no Master Sword. Never mind, I would go somewhere else. Oh man, I want to thank y'all all for doing this. Again, I want to give a great shout out to all 4 of our runners: aChirality, venoxis93, Taiju, and DevioXS. They are fantastic people. They decided to join this tournament. That was better than me or Jaxus did. And also, they are putting themselves out there for your entertainment. Give them a follow. They deserve it. As well as our amazing trackers, both of them doing a fantastic job. Glenn and Tim Lobo, and of course our restreamer as well, Dark Shadows 59, doing a fantastic job. I can't thank them enough, especially the restreamer one. That's a thankless job. That is the biggest thankless job, because a lot of times you don't even know who's doing that. So and of course Jaxus X, give that guy a follow. He could use it. He is a great guy. To join this tournament, that was better than me or Jaxus did. And also, they are putting themselves out there for your entertainment. Give them a follow. They deserve it. As well as our amazing trackers, both of them doing a fantastic job. Glenn